Make some noise, cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders, I collect them all. Gotta make sure you're posing tight though. Make sure your lighting's right yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host, Moncheesy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zoe. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Book art, 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 book art. Yeah. Shutter. Yeah. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beasts, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about them. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga, that's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas, that's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper, nigga, fuck what you sellin'. I'm all up in the toy aisle, I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga built Maruby on that Google chat straight flexing. Look, I pop the package, I smell it. Pop the package, I smell it. Me and my nigga Tiny at the toy fair straight spinning. They asked you for that Deadpool and he ain't asked no questions. We too fly, I know this. Let me give your ass a checklist. Got the Giant Man, got that Ares, that Cable bruh, it's nothing. I get the Blue Wire, Silver Luke Cage, that Dragon Man, then I'm stunning. And this song for them fuck niggas that's hating on your collection. Yeah, they talking all that shit, but it's A.C.B.A, we reppin'. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. I'll take that. We're taking that right there.
Yo, what's up girls and boys? It's time to make some noise, cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders, I collect them all. Gotta make sure you're posing tight though. Make sure your lighting's right yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host, Moncheesy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was
was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Book art, 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 book art.
Yeah. Shutter. Yeah. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shop. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shop. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini maybe I'm fucking with them. Hype beasts we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about me. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A. been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga. That's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas. That's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper. Nigga, fuck what you selling. I'm all up in the toy aisle. I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga Bill Maruby on that Google chat straight flex.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by. It's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is recorded in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it.
Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 158. I got it, right?
Woo! Hell yeah, 158, right on the money,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah.
Firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. I'm your host, Boog Nice. Got my boys with me, Fabs the 360, Pan Cheesy. Rick Don will be joining us shortly. And we also have a special guest this evening. How are you fellas doing tonight?
Feeling fantastic.
Looking good, feeling good.
Wow.
Getting hyped for all this, all these PowerCon things going on. One really in particular, but still.
Ooh, nice shirts.
That's right.
Can't wait to get the
Here I am sitting wishing I had my Sentinel just mysteriously arrive on my doorstep with no tracking.
Well, you know, stranger things have happened, Fabio.
That's how McFarlane happened.
True. Absolutely. How's everybody's week been?
My week was good, man. It was real good, actually. I didn't get a chance to get out and see Shang-Chi yet. I still wanna do that. I think I'm gonna sit in the theater by myself and see it. But
Hell yeah.
Overall, it was a good week. Had a lot going on, got a lot accomplished. I'm feeling good. I'm actually not home as usual.
Incredible.
I'm at my parents' house. They are watching my nephew's football game right now on ESPN Plus, and I am and so yeah, that's why I'm just like kind of all over the place at the start here. But it's all good. It's been a real good week. I'm amongst family right now, and we about to pop some bottles and chill out.
Hell yeah.
No doubt. How about you guys?
It's always good.
Just a lot of running around. For me this week,
Yeah, you've got crazy shit going on over
yeah,
there.
I got a couple of things going on, both good and bad. So I'm pretty stoked. When the bad stuff happens, I run around and I do something cool. So
Hey, that's the balance that the force needs, baby. It's all good.
absolutely, very true, very true. How about you, Fabio?
I had a good week, just a lot of work stuff coming up around the corner, pretty excited about busy month coming up, so that's always good. It's good to have all that stuff in the books early and guaranteed instead of just kind of waiting and wondering as it happens.
Oh wow,
No doubt.
But,
I understand that the life of a thespian can be hard. I get that.
yeah, a couple of cool things going on outside of that as well. So that's I don't know. I always feel so vague, but I really
True.
can't say much.
It's about to get even vaguer. If
Yeah.
if one of these things that I'm kind of looking into kind of works out, I might join. Not necessarily what your field, Fabio, but kind of the same. There's a company here that does stuff for HBO, specifically Righteous Gemstones, that I've kind of been looking into. So it's pretty sick, and
I love that show, dude. I absolutely love that show.
they did Halloween as well, the new one, that was filmed here in Charleston. So I visited their space and I looked through, like, they have super great equipment and stuff, and they have like all the posters of all the productions they've done stuff for. I was like, oh shit, Righteous Gemstones. Oh my god, Halloween!
That's awesome.
So,
I think that's even where it takes place, so that's cool that it's shot like on
absolutely,
location.
yeah, it's shot literally 3 blocks from my house in like an
Wow.
old mall. So
Have you seen the show?
No.
But if it's the mall, there's this mini mall that they go
It's
back
that.
to a couple times. Yeah, okay.
It's definitely that. They actually,
That's so funny.
this was a dead mall before they claim it's alive, but it's classified dead mall. They rented out, or they bought, HBO just bought like 3/4 of this mall, and it's just a whole HBO studio. It's actually right next to the movie theater. So whenever I go see movies, I see all like the set stuff for HBO. There's like Righteous Gemstone, like High School Buses in there. Really cool.
That's super sick, dude. I mean, I hope you do, so we can share trade secrets, talk shop behind the scenes.
Incredible. Yo, speaking of talking shop, we got the dodo, baby. Can I have a request for you, Ponchisi and Fabio? Can you show the full design t-shirt of you guys wearing now with full screen standing and move the microphone? Hell yeah, Fabio.
Move the microphone too. Oh, you got to get yours out of the way.
Okay. Okay. I'll do mine first. Let's go.
Full screen it. There you go. Okay. Is that
A little bit of Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
I had to scream.
I'm more of a Mob Rules, Black Sabbath.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
All right. What about you?
All right. You gotta bring it in, but
Let's go. Whoa.
again, where's my Sentinel?
Hey, where can I find a design such as that?
Oh, this is a shirt from our good friend Kevin at toyingaround.ca. He's got all his cool figure culture kind of gear going on over there. So you can get, I think he's putting this out again, maybe in a different color, but he's got a few different versions of the mutant hunting robot.
Beautiful. Yeah, I have
which many
something.
people have been putting side by side with the recent Sentinel.
Oh, very nice.
Right.
I actually have something funny to share this week. If you want to.
Oh, really? I will say, last thing on the shirt is that when I bought it, I got it with this pin as well.
Ooh.
So, all kinds of stuff from Kevin over there.
Wow,
Probably watching right now, so I'm going to preemptively say, General Kenobi. All right. What do we got going on this week, Punch?
I follow one of the greatest Twitter accounts of all time, Perfectly Cut Screams. They reposted a classic. If you want to screen share this with the audio, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
With audio, okay. So we're gonna get taken down
I
minutes.
don't
for
think
that
so.
stuff.
I don't think so. I think this one is just niche enough to be okay.
All right. Come here.
Oh, he really got hit by it.
Yo.
Come here.
Oh no!
Yo, it's so funny. Okay, all right.
Come here.
Well, I guess if we're on that note, I mean, this was my contribution to this conversation this
keeps
week.
on
In terms
looping.
of, it kind of gets us back on topic too, because
Uh-oh.
people have been memeing out this poor Sentinel that we all paid so much money for.
Dude, this was hilarious.
Yeah, this was pretty great.
Who did this one specifically?
I don't remember. It was definitely somebody on Facebook. I honestly don't remember though.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what's funny? I had posted this on my story on Instagram, and I literally captioned it. Who did this? Nobody
Yeah.
ever claimed it, so I don't know.
Just kidding. This is me. That's my tricycle.
Yeah, minion powered.
Yeah.
Yo,
Fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
there's this.
Whoever-
And of course,
whoever it
Captain
is.
McKay.
Whoever it is, they kick their kid off to put the Sentinel on and take this picture. So
Right.
more power to them.
Oh man.
Honestly, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's right.
Too much Minions memorabilia out there.
True. Very true.
Let's give it to the good poor Sentinels out there
Absolutely.
and their poor owners.
So, Boog, did you get yours yet or no?
I ain't get shit, man.
Damn. All right, so nobody here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. There's no update at all. From what I've seen so far, there's been a lot of people with single Sentinel orders that have been getting them. Aside from our guy Alexis Lim,
Yeah,
who
big
got
shout out.
like 72 Sentinels.
True.
But yeah, he's the only person that I've seen so far with multiple Sentinels. Pretty much everybody that I've seen posted. Oh, that's not true. Actually, Mike Flex said that he had 2, right? He did say that he got 2, right?
Oh, did he? Whoa. I know he put up
I'm
that
not
review.
sure.
I think he did say that. I'm pretty sure in a review he said that he got 2 because he was thinking about maybe flipping one, but you know how that goes. You trick yourself into thinking you're gonna sell one, but you just keep everything. So
Absolutely.
yeah. But yeah, not a lot of multiple orders have shipped yet, as far as I know. I don't have any update, no tracking update, no nothing. When I log into Hasbro Pulse's site, it just says that it's unfulfilled, nothing yet. So
I got excited because I got an email from FedEx that said signature update, and it was just
yes,
like an
so
update
did I.
to your policy. Not here's an update on the order, and it needs a signature now.
Yeah,
So,
all of a sudden, FedEx wants to start sending daily emails now.
right.
Like this is
I
kinda
know.
nuts.
But I have just the one single one coming in. I keep checking my Hasbro Pulse. It still says unfulfilled. Obviously, from what I've seen, people are just kind of getting it, you know, maybe through a random FedEx tracking first. Sometimes they're just getting it without tracking at all. But it seems like it's going just like it was for the McFarlane Kickstarter, where like I got a random FedEx and then a day or two later, I had the thing in hand. So. And it's also really random who's getting it, because I've seen the spread of people on Facebook, and there's like people in the Midwest, people in like Florida who
Yes.
have gotten it. And it's just
Yep.
like, where is this even shipping from then?
I exactly. It's shipping from the center of America and just going outward and shit. I guess I don't know.
guess.
Basically.
It's so weird.
But I did get a message or a comment actually on one of my videos that said that I think it was John Ingalls or something like that, but he said something to the effect of he got tracking and then it came the next day or something like that in the Bronx. He lives in the Bronx too, so I got my hopes up a little bit.
Very nice.
I feel like I'm
Well-
echoing. I don't know what's up.
That could be me. My bad.
Sounds good to me.
But anyway,
Oh, no.
yeah. So everybody, you know, I guess in the chat can let us know if you've gotten any kind of update, so we can kind of figure out what to expect.
Bummer. Speaking of what to expect, yeah, today's top stories. Let's go. Kicking it off strong with Community Of course, like Boog mentioned earlier, we're gonna have 1/6 shooter, the man, the myth, this week's celebrity, on with us. Obviously, we're gonna pick his brain a little bit. He's gonna take us through something super interesting. Actually, he's gonna take us through a little bit of how it feels to shoot these production samples. You know, he's not getting like actual
on 2 counts. I got Trevor for 2 counts on this one because it's gonna roll. He's staying for Mezco because this is gonna roll right over.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think he wants to stay for the whole thing. He's all in, baby.
All in.
As we all should be for Cosmic Legions.
Absolutely. So we're gonna talk to him about that. He's gonna stick around, of course, for the whole show, including highlights and what to grind on. And of course, kicking off top stories, we're gonna talk Cosmic Legions. We're talking Hasbro, Mezco, SHF, as well as Bandai, and then some miscellaneous stuff. You know, we're always gonna throw some stuff in there. And I think it's pretty safe to talk a little bit about Shang-Chi, maybe. If not, we'll talk What If. I know Bug hasn't seen Shang-Chi yet, so yeah, that's basically what's on the docket for now. If you want to pull in Trevor real quick, Fabio, for me, I think he's waiting in the waiting room right now. We can knock out.
Without further ado, let's introduce Mr. Trevor Williams. What's up? 1/6 shooter.
Where's the boy?
He is here. There he is. Muted. Wait, he's muted. Unmute yourself. There you go.
I thought I had it.
Damn. Looking good, though. What's up, man?
What's going on? I do not have my signal either.
A repeat guest on our revived guest segment here on the A.C.B.A. podcast.
That's right.
Pretty awesome.
Right. Yeah.
So you've had a big week, man. I mean,
you.
Congratulations on everything, first of all.
Thank you. I had a big 3 weeks, man. It's been a long time with this stuff. Holy crap.
Yeah. And you've been working, probably in the shadows for a while with this deadline in mind with PowerCon.
Yeah, I haven't posted anything for 3 weeks. And then the Mezco guys, rang me up and they're like, hey, you want to shoot Hawk P40? I'm like, yes.
How can I say no?
If I can squeeze that in somewhere, sure.
Yeah.
That was a mistake, but it was fun. That was fun to do too.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I mean, it looks like you're staying for the podcast, so we'll try to.
We definitely want to hear the whole story about all of this stuff. But yeah, walk us through Cosmic Legions here. Tell us a little bit of backstory, and because you've been working with the Four Horsemen, working with these guys since Mythic Legions, right?
Yeah, Mythic Legions. I got into the whole line kind of late, but as soon as I picked them up, I loved them. And they've kind of become like my muse for toy photography. And they're in New Jersey, so I got to talk with them at a couple of toy shows. They're really down to earth guys, really cool. Toy fans themselves. You had A.C.B.A on your show, Fabio. He's like a huge Mezco collector, and just really cool guys.
We hit it off great. He's super easy to talk to.
That was a good show.
Thank you, man. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. I kind of wish I were at PowerCon right now, but I can't jeopardize being at a con and compromise my work situation coming up.
Yeah, I hear you. It's really the travel on the plane that I wouldn't want to do. I'd like to go to the con, but I really don't want to travel on the plane. But yeah, so I've been working with those guys from Mythic Legions, and they've been talking about this for about a year. We did some teaser shots about a year ago, and then about 3 weeks ago, they said, "Hey, we got prototypes ready to go. We're going to launch on September 10th." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, great. We're going to need a dio. We're going to need, I was prompting them in the months before that too, like, if we're going to get this going, let's get going. And I want to work with Crashbox to get some dios going and stuff, and we pulled it off.
Tell me a little bit more about that that situation. As far as did you make the request for what type of dio you wanted, or did they say it needs to be this type of setting and then set you up a Crashbox, or did you recommend Crashbox to them? How did that whole thing work out?
Crashbox has been doing some Mythic specific. I mean, he calls them Mythic dios or something like that. But he's done some stuff that I've used in some of the other promo picks for them before. And he's just, he's really reliable. He does great work. He's fast. He's got the CNC machine, so it's not like he's doing it by hand. So yeah, I wanted to work with him. And what it was is Eric Treadaway, the main designer there, had some rough ideas of what he wanted. This takes place in a prison on a ship.
Okay.
Flying prison. And he's got kind of an arena thing. It's almost like a gladiator arena. So the prison is in a sort of a ring. So we had to do something that sort of composed of that, like the cells in a ring. I didn't end up using a lot of that. He built 3 cells, and I really only shot 1. But I didn't know what I was going to need. But yeah, he kind of dictated the look. It's kind of that 80s, 90s, like cobbled together Mad Max type style of thing mixed with a little bit of, I guess Buck Rogers stuff, like some traditional sci-fi with tubes and all that stuff. So we had to get that kind of feel. So I helped him design it. He built it, record time. It was awesome. And yeah, it looked great. It came out great. Yeah, there's the
I found some pictures here on Crashbox's account.
Yep. So I gave him a design for that door, and then all the rust and stuff, which is actually cinnamon. It smells delicious.
Incredible.
Wow.
Don't eat your diodes, kids.
I'm like, I might be attracting ants into the basement here.
Forbidden cereal.
What's that? Yeah,
Some forbidden cereal.
exactly.
Forbidden cereal.
Fuck it. When the ants get on the dial, just shoot it as is.
True. They're just little
Yeah,
aliens.
really. It's just more atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Space ants.
So when it comes to
yeah.
the posing and stuff you do and like the positions you put him in there, do they have any sort of input, or is it basically just your mind at the wheel and then you just dictate everything?
Well, no, he actually, if I don't know, if you want to pull up those pictures, I don't know, Ponj, if you got those pictures that I sent. He gave me some black and white shots of what he wanted to do for he gave me some samples, like from the Avengers, where the back of Cap is in shadow, and there's another one with Doctor Strange in front of the window in shadow. So he's like, this is what I kind of want to do for the teasers, and have them in shadow and just a little bit of light. So we worked on that, and I mean, these things they're resin, and I know most of you guys do 3D, and it's fragile as fuck. You know what I mean? Like they're super thin. Those little antenna on the head of that one right there. I don't know if I'm behind here, but the insect guy. They came unglued. I had to glue all that stuff together.
Whoa!
And really, I wrapped medical tape around the pins and stuff like that for the limbs, because I wanted to be able to continue to move them. I didn't want to glue them in place and then have to break it or risk breaking a pin off in the joint. You know what I mean? So it was tricky, man. All those parts on the table that you see, I mean, all those things, tack doesn't really hold them because they're super heavy because they're resin.
Yep.
So as you're shooting, the arm just starts to slip down if you tack on it. So
okay.
It was 3 weeks of hell.
Yeah,
and a third of that was a surgery on the table. Yeah, fixing broken pieces and re-breaking legs to do a different pose and re-gluing the legs to do a different pose. So they don't really, the arms pose, there's joints and stuff there, but it's not like a plastic figure. There's no friction with
That was
resin.
my next question. Right. How much of that, like the final articulation technology, is actually there? Like, do you see do you see the cuts and like the molding for the articulation, but just because it's resin, it doesn't have that range or anything like that?
Exactly. Because it's resin, it doesn't have, there's no tack to it. You know what I mean? Like the plastic, when you pop in a pin, it gives a little bit and it pops into that joint. With resin, it's like porcelain. It's like glue these two stones together and and that's it. You know what I mean? You're kind of done. So it's the reason a lot of people are saying, hey, I want to see some more poses or something like that. It's the reason I couldn't really get dynamic poses out of these things. So I had to do that kind of with the shadows and the angles.
Yeah, Boog is ready to step in here and be like, "Listen, who approved that posing?"
No, I could imagine. I mean, I totally understand what it's like to handle a resin figure, so I totally get that. But I also am quite familiar with how they do things, and I'm pretty sure that the articulation and the swappability and everything, when it's all said and done, is going to be tremendous anyway. So I'm not worried about that
Oh
in the
yeah.
least.
Yeah.
My other question was going to be, I totally forgot. Something about Crashbox.
You had me hanging on every
Oh,
word there.
the
Boog.
prison,
Damn
the
it.
prison, all of that whole thing looks great. Have they already laid out the whole storyline for these guys already? Is that somewhere to look at?
Eric Treadway, the lead designer, is the guy who comes up with the stories, and he does a great job with world building. What I was saying yesterday on my post game podcast was that it's interesting because like with like He-Man, you've got a cartoon and then you've got a toy line, so you already kind of know the story and you buy into the toy line. But these things, people bought into Mythic Legions, and they have bios on the sides of the cards and stuff like that, and there's some storylines that go along with the waves. But as it built, you kind of learn the story as it goes, and it's kind of fun. It's almost like it's kind of a story that goes with each wave. Like you learn more about the story, more
Hmm.
figures and bigger characters are revealed as the waves go by, and you're like, oh, that's how that connects to this. And I think that's what he's trying to do with this too. He's got it all worked out. And yeah, it's a prison ship. He's got these, they're not factions. I don't know what he's calling them this time. They're affiliations, I think, like that. And the Tusk guys, the some more robotic armored guys are with the insect guy and the warden Slog there. And the rest of the characters are in the prison currently, but they're our heroes. So where that goes from there, I don't know. They have full bios on the site too. Like you can read into all this stuff. He really world builds this pretty well for something that doesn't have backup like a comic book or a TV show. It's pretty well rounded. You know what I mean? It's not just Mezco does the same thing with their comic book to some degree. They tease a little things here and there, but we're still not. With Mezco, I want the full story. I just want what the hell is going on here? What are these guys doing together? No offense, Phil.
This has the added benefit of it's gonna be a tie-in with like a video game too, correct?
Mythic Legions has a video game coming out.
Oh, so this doesn't have a video game. It's Mythic Legions.
Not yet.
This is the first launch of this IP.
Yep. Oh hell yeah! Okay, cool. I was a little
which is a
confused,
kind of an expansion of the Mythic Legions IP.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a whole new storyline. It doesn't have anything to do with Mythic Legions necessarily.
Right.
And the great thing is
the parts are interchangeable, but it's not a perfect Warhammer to Warhammer 40K comparison.
Correct. You can take almost all these parts, pop them off, put the robot arms onto a knight body or vice versa, whatever you want to do. It's going to be great for customizers. Customizers are crazy, man. It's a huge part of this community. I know that there's customizers for every line, Marvel Legends and Star Wars and stuff, but the fact that these are modular and they come apart and there's so many third-party people doing new heads and new bodies and arms and weapons and things, it's huge. It's a huge part of the Mythic Legions community.
So I think a question that a lot of people have on their minds, specifically for you, is this is a great hobby. Like a lot of people get into it to shoot figures, but a big percentage of people also get into it to like kind of make something out of it. And like you're among the upper echelon of people who have broken through that ceiling and are working with these toy companies and stuff. Do you have any like not I guess advice for people that's like one of their main goals? Is there kind of like a method that you used, or was it just kind of just fell into your lap, like you just kept on putting out good work and you were just noticed?
I would say if there's a line that isn't oversaturated, if that's your goal, and that being your goal, I would say have fun with the hobby, because it's a hobby.
Absolutely.
It's a limited amount of companies that are doing this kind of stuff. And honestly, getting anybody to and Boog knows this, like Hasbro I'm going to use the word uses, because they have paid people. They've paid me to do some things, but they use the community to further their product and to promote their product.
Mhm.
So there's a limited amount of companies that are going to be able to you're going to be able to break into. But if there's something that's small and you find that you love this product, and reach out to the people, so show them your pictures, tell them you'd love to do some stuff. I don't recommend doing it for free. Nothing should be done for free. But you got to kind of build a rapport. It's tough.
Sure.
There's a limited amount of companies doing this stuff, and Hasbro's got everything under all the major IPs under its umbrella, and Mezco's got Darius, and they're at least reaching out to different people, to do some different things here and there, and the community, which is cool. Hasbro does that too.
A lot of networking.
It's
for sure.
tough to make money in
Yes.
this. I'll be honest.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bottom line. Yeah.
I think so too.
This is not a living for me. It's a side hustle. You know what I mean? Like it's
Side hustle for sure.
Right. That's what makes it fun
Yeah.
too.
Right.
And I like these guys. I like working for it. I'll be honest. Here's the other thing. Don't always be looking for the free toys.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to get free toys that you don't necessarily like.
Exactly.
I'm not going to call out any companies, but I've gotten some real shit that I feel obligated to shoot, and man, I can't do anything with this thing. You know what I mean? Either I don't know the property, or it's a piece of crap toy.
You know what? That's a common misconception too, is that well, I'll put it like this. There's people offering me shit all the time, but I turn down way more shit than I say, yeah, okay, it's some shit is just not for me, and won't really bode well with what we're doing. So it's you can't say yes to everything. And again, getting back to what you said about the side hustle of it, is if you're not, as long as it's still a side hustle and you're not depending on this to survive, then it still remains fun for you, and you could still move around and do good work and shit. When it becomes more of a job and more of a task, then that's when shit starts to sour, man. So
yeah, and the thing is, it is work though. It is work. That's the other thing. Be careful what you wish for, because this kept me up at night for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Just the amount of sheer stuff that was just laid out on the table, and I got to make sure I got the right hands for the hand packs. Is this going to break if I put this over? It's just, it's work. I mean, when you're working for somebody else, you've got to do the shots they want you to do if they ask you to do it. I mean, these guys trust me at this point, but I do work for other people who kind of dictate what they want. And it's not always fun. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's all right, at least I'm taking pictures of toys. That's cool. But I'm not really into this toy, or this is kind of a big pain in the ass for the money. But
yeah, that was one of my questions as well. How do you balance I guess the stress and expectations of doing toy photography as a paid gig? What's your mindset when you're in that situation versus when you're just shooting for fun, for the hobby? Do you bring some of that into your paid kind of stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, I bring everything that I do into the paid stuff, but for instance, I do some stuff for Exo 6, and I did stuff for QMX for the Star Trek figures, the 1/6 stuff. And I really enjoyed doing the original series Star Trek stuff, because it was kind of lighting like a studio lighting. I was trying to get the lighting to look like the old show, because I mean, that's what's going to sell it to people. That's the other thing. You got to think about what's going to sell it to the consumer who wants to buy this thing.
Absolutely.
They don't want to see necessarily Captain Kirk in a dark shadow and with smoke all over him. It's like Captain Kirk is in the brightly lit Enterprise, with 70s studio lighting on top of him, and that's what that Star Trek. You got to kind of recreate that, and that was fun. And now I'm getting into more of the movie stuff, like the First Contact and stuff with them. And I enjoy those movies. I like them, but it's not my bread and butter. So and I did something for them for QMX for Supernatural.
Oh, nice.
Remember that show? Never saw that show.
How can I
Didn't know
forget?
anything about that show.
I have 4 sisters. How can I forget that show?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to torture myself for a week watching that show, and to try to figure out what the hell to do with this guy. I don't know what situations to put him in. So it's there's work to it,
Hell yeah! Wow.
Well, I guess speaking of just the Cosmic Legions in general, now that we've gone through the behind the scenes a little bit of you shooting and everything, can we talk about the product itself and maybe get
Hell
some
yeah.
thoughts from the panel here? Because from what I've seen, I knew they were gonna ruin me with this because it's they heard my cries for more soft goods, and now we're getting characters with soft goods. I mean, not that
soft
Mythic
goods and bugs to go with Gomez.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my god. Specifically,
have-
eat locked on Fabio right now.
Yeah, right here. This is straight out of my Orwellian nightmares. Like, okay, so we have the all-in, obviously, like with a lot of these Four Horsemen pre-orders. There's a nice pre-order window. This one is going until mid-October, October 24th, and the all-in. You get everything in the wave. You get, all of it.
One can
11
say you're all
figures.
in.
11
might
figures,
say-
2 hand packs, and a weapons pack.
Oh wow.
Okay, I was gonna ask about
And
the hand packs too.
there's stretch goals too. So you got they don't have them on the shop for some reason. They're on the website, their Mythic Legion's website.
Okay.
And I think they're just about to hit the first one. So I don't know if they've showed anything new.
Yeah, there's a little
on,
bit
on
of
the shop.
This is the
There's a
store
little
horse.
tracker they got going on. I don't know what, but it's like as soon as they've got some review. What's up on top there?
Oh, I see right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
and they've got, if you go back to the shop, it looks like they had some silhouetted objects or something like that, like on the top right there.
No,
Right there. No, top.
These?
The first two? Oh, is that a stand? What is that?
Yeah, these are stands.
Get a stand.
Oh, I didn't even see that. They must have put those they just put those up.
I
Sorry.
was like, what silhouettes? What do you see? I'm-
What do you
I'm
see
looking
that
at
we
it on
don't?
an iPhone. I have no idea.
oh, got you. Okay.
But there are some I've seen them, really cool stretch goals there, and
Okay.
I think they'll hit them. And if you go all in, you're going to get those. If you order the figure that they are associated with, I think you're going to get those. So order soon.
Okay, so it's your pre-order bonus in a lot of ways,
Exactly,
If you go all in, I mean, this right here, what they've shown in this wave, like you said, the 9 figures and the 2 hand packs and the accessory pack. I mean, that's 500 worth right there. Of course,
11 figures. Yeah, 11
11
figures.
Okay.
Yep. With one guy who's like about 11 inches tall.
big
Right.
boy.
I was going to ask about him. He's kind of the deluxe, $80 figure, kind of like the Trolls equivalent, right? Or like the ogre.
Yep.
Yeah, I
and
was
he
gonna
is-
ask, how big this dude was. So, So, are they gonna do any other like really big figures like that, or you're not really sure?
Coming in the next like waves and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
These all
they've done
so
about
interesting,
It's pretty safe to say they'll reuse this.
yeah, that's the thing. This is, and I'm just going to mention this, and I'm trying not to be too much of a shill, but like, I didn't know the prices. I could have asked them, and I just didn't even think about it while I was shooting. I was just trying to get stuff done, and the prices were new to me yesterday when they did the live, and they've only raised the price by $2 on these from the Mythic Legion's equivalents of the sizes of the products, and this is all new tooling. And if you guys know anything about tooling, a new die can cost, $20, $30, $40,000 to get for a part. It's fucking nuts, and shipping is fucking nuts now. So the fact that they only went up $2 blew my mind. I really thought they were going to be the $35 figures were going to be $45, and now they're $37. So they've done a great job, and they're going to reuse these parts. So that's where the value for them comes in, but they do it in such a creative way. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And it makes sense for something like this. I mean, you're getting army builders, and you're getting, characters that you ideally want to get multiples of to have a complete display, and so it makes sense for that to be reused.
Right.
You have some nice uniformity along each collection, or each faction or whatever they're called.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Obviously, the appeal too is that you don't have to stay within the realm of this story, and you can use these guys as all types of different alien creatures for damn near any type of world, any type of display,
Mhm.
Marvel, DC, whatever you want to do here. So man, yeah, these look really, really good. I thought when I first saw that blue dude, I thought he had soft goods. I thought Fabio was gonna have an orgasm or something. Man.
No, you must have been thinking of this chick right here. She has the sweet like
Yeah,
poncho
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, see
she's
Justin, man, nailing it again, man. He's
right.
awesome. I love this figure, and this figure is the most basic figure out of the whole bunch. You know,
Yeah,
what I
out
mean,
of all of
it
them, but yeah,
uses
she looks really
it
cool.
uses a Mythic Legion's. I mean, it's a modified Mythic Legion's body, but like, there's nothing special. But that sculpt and the paint, their paint. And everything you see here, this is what you're going to get. You know what I mean? When you order
Sure.
this stuff, like this is what it's going to look like. And their paint is unbelievable.
Yep.
Look, I mean, just the gradation from the light blue to the dark blue on her forehead is it's amazing. Yeah, I love this figure.
She looks ethnic. Looks like they modeled that after a black lady.
Yeah, you're
I was
very
thinking the
exotic.
same thing.
It looks like she would be played by Zoe Saldana.
And I dig it. Exactly what I was thinking.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is my favorite figure, man. I
Yeah,
love
this
her.
looks real good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
And she
excited
could
for
fit
these.
in as a bounty hunter or something like that, or a background character in Star Wars, and the Tusk guys, the Legion builders, the $25 guys, I could see like being, heavies for Marvel Legends, like
Yeah.
Fantastic Four type enemies or something like that, cosmic.
So as of right now, the pre-orders are live as of yesterday, right?
Yep. And the other great thing about these guys is they give you a month. They're giving you 6 weeks now, so they're giving you a month and a half to order them. You're guaranteed to get them. You don't have to rush. Listen, I'm into Mezco too. I got them all. It's it's nerve wracking, and
Yeah, it's a bill. It's a serious monthly.
yeah,
bill.
and I buy what I don't even know what I buy. Like Fabio says, just put it in the cart, hit the button, come back and find out what you got.
Yeah, that's literally
And
how
with
it
this
is.
stuff, you can think about it. You can look at
buying
it.
experience.
Exactly. That's exciting, though. It is exciting.
All right, so Trevor's gonna stay with us. We're gonna obviously
Yep.
bounce back to this to this throughout the show, but I guess we'll move forward with the next thing on the docket. I don't know what it is. I didn't look at the
Hasbro, baby.
Before we fully move on, as I said,
Ooh,
PowerCon's
exciting
going on
stuff.
right now. So these are the prototypes that I think, Trevor, you had, and you sent them back already, right?
Yeah, I sent them to California overnight.
Okay, yeah, so there they are at PowerCon.
Yeah, man,
Pack 'em
the
up.
green dude and the forearm dude, man, those look so cool, man. These look really, really good. I'm excited for this, man. I don't know if I could go all in. I don't know what I could do, but I might have to get at least those 2 deluxe figures. But I'm excited to see where people take this in their displays and yeah, where this will go. I'm sure it'll be a huge success for them. But yeah, moving on into Hasbro. What's the Hasbro news? I don't even know.
We could
Star Wars.
roll over real quick right into
Stuff.
Mezco as well. While we have Trevor to give some of this behind the scenes on our boy. That
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in that same Dropbox, I saw that you have the behind the
yeah.
scenes shot for that as well.
Real
So,
quick before we move into that, let's read off some super chats quick.
Please do. Please, I'm begging you.
Kevin Johnson hit us with $5. He said, "Shout out to the crew, especially 1/6 shooter. Specific shout out. Great job showing off those Cosmic Legions. Hashtag all in. Hell yeah, dude.
Hashtag all in, baby. I was all out last week, for AEW. This week I'm all in for Cosmic Legions.
Absolutely.
Quick side note: Kevin was the first person to raise the levels on some of the pictures that I did. So the first ones were in shadow to hide them, and I actually put a message in Photoshop. Everything else was A.C.B.A. compliant, but I put a message in when you raise the levels on it. It said no peeking, no peeking, no peeking.
Incredible.
That's
That's that extra little touch, baby.
So shout out to Kevin.
Carlos Cerrone, friend of the
Yeah,
show, said, "Hey guys, much love. Back to customizing. Can't wait to show the Discord as always. Mortal Kombat was definitely a movie, of course."
I'm glad we're reminded of that weekly because I do forget. It was that bad that I forgot it was a movie.
Yep. Action figure breakdown hit us with 10. He said, "Some love for y'all that haven't gotten your Sentinels yet. Incredible." So all of us.
Yeah.
Still waiting. Imagine having like $400 tied up in a 26-inch mutant hunting robot just somewhere in the ether.
Yeah, somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to Action Figure Breakdown making Saturday Salvo this week with one of his Sentinel shots and rubbing it in our faces.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Jermichael hits us with 5. He said, "Yeah, what's up, everybody? Just a reminder that P Bandai 17 and 18 pre-orders close soon. Hell yeah! Well, thank you, man." And one of the greatest screen names of all time, Praise White Jesus, hit us with $5. He said, "Damn, 1/6 shooter. Damn 1/6 shooter to hell for continuing to help 4H reach into my wallet."
No doubt.
Hell yeah! All right, man. So let's
I was
talk.
already there.
Let's talk Tony Hawk Pro Skater 40 right over here. What's going on?
Yeah.
This
Well, Fabio, take us back to the drop midweek and how they rolled this out first.
Wait, I need the music.
It is playing right now.
Oh, it's playing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Trevor can't hear it either. So let me take you back a little ways. Earlier this year, when we received our Hazard Squad Gomez, we were treated to this image right here. If you can blow me up, boom.
That's it.
Previously only in black and white in the Doc Nocturnal comic. You see that? All right.
Previously only in black and white.
Now in color, so we knew he was nearby. We knew he was coming. He is in Trevor's hand, and I'll circle back because I'm going to go in order, and then I'll get to yell at Trevor. Because that happens towards the end.
Okay.
So we knew this was kind of coming. It was one of those things that people knew existed, and the fact that we were getting so many teases for it meant that it was, coming. But then every time there was a Slugfest drop, people would be like, "Whoa, this could be it." We knew it was coming. This could be it. But as I make sure to tell people on my channel, or the kind of theory that I formulated as well, is that these kinds of things, if it's a new Rumble Society character, it's never just going to be like a secret Slugfest drop. They're going to do a full media rollout for it. And that came true once again with Hawk P40. So on Monday, which I forgot was a Monday, I was sure was a Sunday, the trailer went out for Hawk P40. And I was like, that's weird. They're dropping a trailer on a Sunday. But went up on their YouTube, on their social media, just the stop motion trailer that you come to know and love from Mezco. Probably one of the better ones, actually, like really action packed.
Definitely.
A lot of stuff going on. The dude who does this is, also done, I think he's done like some Robot Chicken, and, he's just one of the all-time great animators in stop motion. So it gave us our first clear look at the dude. Looks basically exactly like the art, look at his weapons. Really cool stuff. And then the pre-order was scheduled to be, this was on a Monday, and then the pre-order was the drop was on Wednesday. So then on Tuesday, we got the second phase of their social media rollout with the toy photographers getting it in hand, the amazing review coming out, and finally among those names of influencers who got the figure early and took some pictures, if not our fellow friend here and actual frequenter of my podcast chat, even the night before, Mr. Trevor.
I was there, man. You were calling it. I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
I was there.
And I'm there speculating on the figure, and he's just there laughing at us, just like, no, it doesn't come with that, but it would be cool.
The people are like, is it come with a plane? I'm like, it doesn't come with a plane.
Right. But he had to stay quiet, and he did a good job, but it did make me a little salty. But after after the saline level subsided, I was very happy for Trevor. And who else, who better hands for this figure to be in and to drop some amazing photos and behind the scenes, tidbits about it ahead of the actual
many
drop.
people. There were some great picks for this guy, for sure.
Yeah. Using some of the 12 world dios in here as well.
Yeah. Your 12 world dials. Those are, love those things. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're doing the, this is a weird head, man. I don't know.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I love.
I like this too, man. I was like, do I shoot this? And I felt like, does this represent the figure? And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. But I don't know. It was just my initial idea was to have like some of the P40 planes and stuff up in the air. Ooh. The actual. I couldn't find it. I tried to buy some on eBay, and I'm like, I wasn't gonna get these for like a week. It's not gonna work. Yeah. So. Didn't work out, and it was what it was.
This guy looks so rad.
And then just as I predicted, the next day the drop, and it was just one of those in stock drops that I think actually lasted quite a few hours. So
Yeah.
I want to say like 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. It lasted, which is, kind of typical for something a little more, niche, specifically to Mezco collectors, like only people who
Weird.
are really into the Rumble Society stuff, not a previously established character in Rumble Society either, so it doesn't have like a lot of hype. So it doesn't surprise me that this one like kind of lasted. It didn't sell out in 30 minutes, like Doc Nocturnal Red Death or something.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah. What do you think of it? I mean, overall, how does it feel? How does it, swap
It's
and how does it play and everything?
it's a little tricky to pose because of he's got these sort of shoulder pad that come out from the arm. I don't know if you can
a little
see that.
hire.
Sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
they
they're
come up
attached to the mid arm as opposed to the shoulder, which is fine. They just sit a little weird. But he's got robot arms. I mean, the design, as always with Mezco, is fantastic. I mean, you got these jets in the back here. You got the jacket.
Yeah.
The jacket is really great. Soft goods are really nice. I can see people using this for a GI Joe or, like they said, what's the
Jax, Mortal Kombat dude.
Jax.
Right.
There you go. Thank you. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I did check the pin, and the pin is a little bit bigger than some of the other pins, so you might have a tricky time popping some heads on there. I'm not really sure, but you could probably pop that pin out and put another pin in to put something else on there. It's interesting, it's, to say the least.
Yeah, at the very least, the whole lower legs, the fatigues and the boots, and I could definitely see a lot of people working with this. Some people are real adventurous, and they'll take a Mezco apart like it wasn't $100.
Oh yeah,
so.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Yep.
And
I mean, the
it went
jacket's
up,
cool. I mean, it's got some great details, like Mezco does, and I mean, it's a Mezco. It's cool.
Yeah, looks like people are getting it in hand too. Mine, I probably actually would have had mine if I didn't have it shipped to work. So I guess I'll have it Monday in hand. Not mine. It's probably
your review.
I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna peek at it.
You gonna review it?
Yeah, that's
I think I will.
He's hooking it up with the review kind of detour before sending it out, which is appreciated. And that's why I also asked if you have one of the Green Lanterns, because I wanted to see if you could swap one of the John Stewart heads onto that.
I don't have Green Lantern. I tried the Gomez Hazard Squad Commander, and it sits on there nice, but it doesn't pop right on, and I didn't want to force it. So I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, you probably got to take out that whole neck piece and swap it out.
The whole pin.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, he's up, and I thought he was going to be one of those 112 priced ones with some extra stuff or whatever. But he was 95, which is basically the average price at this point. And like I said, I went to waitlist. He's on waitlist now, probably a little late to get on it at this point if you actually want to guarantee your conversion. But if you wanted it, you had plenty of time to get it. Trevor, I mean, gosh,
90's a good price.
That's all I got to say.
90's a good price for him, I think. It's good.
Yeah,
that's good. And I think people might sleep on it.
Sorry, go ahead.
People might sleep on it. I mean, it seemed, like you said, it lasted quite a while before it went on waitlist. So it might be one of those figures that in 6 months down the line, people are like, I should have gotten this. I don't know.
I really like the design on the back of his vest too.
I love the absurdity of him.
Yeah, it's for real.
It is. Yeah, you got to give it to them, man. They're really tapping into that weird history of Mezco. When they used to have the vinyl figures and stuff like that. It's just some wacky stuff like the Animal House.
Right.
Just
peep the
cool.
The what looks like a female figure on the back of the jacket there too.
Yeah,
Fabio, where's your tinfoil hat, man? Come on.
I was gonna say, I mean, I called attention to it specifically because I guess it could be another figure, but I see what they've done here, and it's supposed to look like the art from there's that Japanese artist that did the robot ladies. They used it for like an Aerosmith album cover and everything. So he did a whole series of these robot pinup girls. So it just looks like that, but with his head on it.
I thought it was supposed to resemble one of those sort of 50s, like
The Vargas
don't know.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah, the pinup
you
girls.
know?
But specifically, yeah, there's this Japanese artist who did like robot pinup girls. So
Yeah,
it looks
he
like
did in the
one of those.
80s. Yep.
Pretty
He's
sick.
right.
What? Speaking of which, what happened to that Foxy Brown figure, man? When are we seeing that? The
Tangerine.
I
Pretty
forgot
soon, I
about
hope.
Tangerine.
Hey, we're still waiting
Tangerine.
on that Casino Gomez to begin with. So it's due to charge at some point September to October. So in the next few weeks or in the next month, who knows? Just stay liquid. It'll be coming.
Was there any
So I
other
already on
Mezco
that.
drops this past week? No, right? This was the only thing, right?
I guess the only other thing is the Slugfest stuff that you don't really care about, but the new ads are out, so we could take a look at these real quick. I'll go into more detail on my channel, but if you are interested, this is on the inside of the new comic. They didn't give you the comic, did they, Trevor?
No, I was just gonna say they didn't give me the comic, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a figure,
I guess I know
man.
why because yeah.
When
I
they
mean, delving into all the secrets.
when they sent you the figure, was it just like a production sample, or was it like packaged?
No,
how
it's got
gonna go out to everybody.
Got the
Oh,
full
okay.
box. Yeah, but it's just this thing with the Hawk.
Oh, okay. So it looks like the what's that other dude that
Gomez.
came out with the one eye?
One eye.
With the one eye.
Craig?
One eye man.
The Craigs, yeah, that's how the Craig box
Oh, the
was.
Craigs. Yeah,
That's the standard Rumble Society box.
Got it. Okay.
And then, so as far as this comic, that's really not a lot. It's just a couple of new things here listed. Another challenge coin set with Hawk P40, Krieg 13, and then a Slugfest, which is interesting because we've only ever seen like a chest up shot of him. Now we're seeing he's jacked and he's got knuckles. So this is the dude that slides into your DMs and calls you a lug nut at 8 a.m, prepping you
sells
for
you
a
a
drop in 2 hours.
$60 coupon machine. Yeah.
Exactly. He sells you some dubiously named currency. And
I brought those shirts.
oh yeah.
Oh,
So definitely get one of those. And then more interesting too is another set of skulls coming out. It's kind of interesting that they're called cosmic colors because there's the whole like pink skulls in space thing going on. So is this like kind of new matte colors, or are these going to be glow in the dark or translucent? Something like that. So
It's pretty wild how things are going. This past year Hasbro did their whole cosmic characters as the Walgreens exclusives, and leaned into Galactus and all of that stuff. Then we got the Cosmic Legions coming out, and looks like Mezco might lean into some cosmic stuff. So it's pretty wild how that happened.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of these toy companies are trying to hitch a ride on Elon's rocket, go colonize Mars.
Yeah.
Bezos,
Right,
the penis rocket. Yeah.
Sure. There's only room for one big dick up there. It's Bezos. So that is it. I'm sure there's more developments coming soon as people start to get their Slugfest in hand. Maybe there's a coupon code hidden somewhere in this comic. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'll
we
find
know
out.
the
Only
of the
developments
t-shirts.
we want to see is fucking Conan, Keaton Batman, and Mr. Freeze.
Death Dealer.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, the more soon ones are definitely Conan and Batman. So those are due to hit, I'm sure, very soon. Just keep your
You've been
eyes
saying
peeled.
that for like 7 episodes right now.
I know, but as far as what's being told to us by the calendar, I can only go by what the signs tell us. I'm here to just interpret it.
I kind of like when I forget things. Like I got into the 1/6 custom world, and that, like, you can wait 2 years for something to come out.
Yeah,
there, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I like it too if it's already paid for.
That's true.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true too. Yeah, that's true. See, I always do the PayPal on Mezco because it's faster.
You know what?
So
I
pay for it,
update.
and like I
I
forget.
got an update on the Spider-Man, and I don't know why, because it wasn't. I don't know what that was about. The Hot Toys Spider-Man that we all ordered here. I think we all ordered it, right? Did we?
Which one?
The one with the
regular Spider-Man?
the regular Spider-Man that came with the little like was it the lizard base? No, not lizard. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
One of the villains.
The Vulture.
No, not the Vulture. It was the
Oh.
comic-based Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
Wait, so it was the
didn't
classic
Doc Ock
suit
was
from
in
the
the Doc
video
Ock
game.
case or something like that?
yes, exactly. Classic Spider-Man from the video game, but it's going to be
Right.
everybody's classic Spider-Man
Mhm.
from
But
comic.
it's the one with like a Doctor Octopus tentacle base or something. No, or
Was it
a
Dr.
scorpion
Octopus?
tail. No,
It
it was
was
a scorpion
Doc
tail.
Ock.
Scorpion Tail. That's what it was. Exactly. Yeah, I
Oh,
got an
man.
email the other
Let's get
day.
it together here, guys.
Yeah, I got an email the other day that said something, but it was nothing because that shit's not charged until like November or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Mine says right now payment plan in progress. Like,
It said what? You cut out? I didn't hear you.
You cut out.
Oh, my fault. I said it said payment plan in progress. That's what mine says right
Cut
now.
out again.
It happened again at the exact same spot.
Uh-oh.
Is that Sideshow? Did you order from Sideshow? That's Sideshow. That's what
Yes,
they do.
Sideshow for sure.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, they'll send you something. It says, "Just be ready. It's going to be charged." You know, like a month in advance. It's like, okay.
All right.
They ordered
So I guess that was it for Mezco. I guess we'll move into Hasbro news real quick. Any thing you need to read, P?
No. We're good. We're good for
Okay,
now,
cool.
I think.
So this past week, I don't know what happened this past week. What's the Legends news? I mean, I know the one big thing.
Well, there was a Star Wars live stream, but not a lot of stuff for Black
Yes.
Series.
All right. So in terms of Hasbro, right, there was the Star Wars. They went over some Black Series stuff. They went over some vintage collection stuff. Nothing really that anybody was like super excited about, from what I could see. I saw a lot of like re-decos and repackaged things. I did actually pre-order one thing though. I pre-ordered the
Carl
4-pack.
Weathers.
I did this. I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that little 4-pack because again, I'm just anticipating getting the Razor Crest and just having some enemies for my little 3 3/4 inch Mando. I guess
That's a good idea, actually. That's a good one and done little army build for
right.
for
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
So
that.
yeah, I thought the value of that was decent. It came out to about $53 with the tax and everything. So
yeah,
not
that's
bad.
good.
I was hoping that they would have maybe showed Echo from the Bad Batch, or give us an
Right.
idea when that might be coming, but they did not. So not really anything exciting here. Trevor, anything that you care about from this aside from the?
No, yeah, the same thing. I got the 4-pack. I thought that was cool for the Razor Crest. Same thing. I've been getting in, like, just getting the 375 Mandalorian figures, just based on the Razor Crest.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the only other 6-inch stuff that they showed is the kind of repaint series for Mandalorian, you know, kind of meant to look like the art. So you got some crazy colors for Mando and some of the other characters. A lot of blues, a lot of bright yellows and oranges.
Yep.
A good chance at another Moff Gideon, you know.
yes,
Armorer.
yes.
And then this one was
collector
cool.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. They put out the mud damaged Mando from that first season when what was the name of the beast that he had to
The Mudhorn.
the Mudhorn? Ah,
Yeah.
of course, mud.
Because it has a horn, you see, and
Yes.
it splattered our
And it's
boy
in the
with
mud.
mud.
With mud,
Oh.
makes sense.
And
Perfect.
it comes with the Suga. The egg.
So yeah, another opportunity for you to get a little Grogu in what do they call that? The pram? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but it's the first
so
one
many
with like
Grogus.
it's the original pram, like the first pram before he gets another pram.
Right.
We've only done one, but it's also a new closed eyes head sculpt.
Yes.
Wow.
So
the whole
yeah.
set.
When we're getting that HasLab Mudhorn, huh?
2025, baby. They got to do the Rancor first.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was the Hasbro Star Wars Fan First Wednesday stream. And then just yesterday we got a big reveal. The first time they have reused the superposable Spider-Man buck in, I guess, over a year now. And Hasbro continued on with their trend of letting some influencers in the community reveal new figures. And they gave this one to Just Jay Hernandez. And so he dropped this at about, I want to say maybe like 1 o'clock Eastern time or something like that. On his Instagram, he showed a picture and then directed everybody to his YouTube so they could check out the review. And yeah, looks great. This looks amazing to me. It looks so much better in black than the red and black. You know, some of the issues with that red and blue with the red and blue costume was that the pins were not painted the right color. With the all black costume, you don't have to worry about that here. Looks like they gave us all of the Spidey hands that we would want. And it's a brand new head sculpt here that looks very reminiscent of Secret Wars Spider-Man. So let the speculation begin as to where this is actually going to show up or how it's going to show up. My early prediction is that this is going to be a 2-pack with Rhino, and that there will be an additional head sculpt for you to swap on for like a Matt Gargan, Dark Avengers Spider-Man. That's my early prediction.
I just gonna say retro card probably, but yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, the influencer reveals have all been part of multi-packs, I think. Or at least the last like 3 or 4, right? So we had Captain Britain from Dan Who as part of a 3-pack. Chartemis and all of those dudes had revealed one figure each out of that whole 5-pack. Who else got to reveal something recently? What did Kev get to reveal a couple months back?
Kevin did the Wolverine, I think.
He did
so
the
that
whole
was
5-pack though.
that was part of the whole 5-pack there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking a pack. I guess MCU Collector did have a single carded thing, right? He had the tri-colored Hulk or the dual colored Hulk or something like that.
Yes.
But yeah, this is
What
supposed to
about
be. Go ahead.
what about the Beyonder? Wasn't that Secret Wars?
That was Secret Wars. I did get quite a few comments when I did a little recap video saying that it would be cool if this was part of a Secret Wars wave or some
It looks
sort of.
just like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be
literally the one from the cover.
That would be very cool. I don't know that they're ready to do another retro carded Spider-Man wave. That's why I was kind of like leaning away from that and thinking that this might be part of some type of pack. But if it was a full-on wave, and the Beyonder was one of the figures in the wave, that'd be great. But yeah,
I want a Rhino though. I'd love a Rhino.
yeah. It's long overdue for people to get another crack at Rhino. It's almost impossible for you to build him now organically, you know. So, what you guys think? Anybody copping this? I'm the only diehard Legends fan here.
Oh yeah.
I think they should have gone back and filled up these joints and made them pinless and really perfected the Spider-Man body. I know it does look better in black, but still.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
that's the
was
last
us thing preventing it from being the perfect Spider-Man.
for sure. I was just about to say that. That's the last thing that's stopping this from really knocking out Mafex, in my opinion. Again, I know this is a controversial take, and that people still think that Mafex is better, but just in terms of like grabbing this guy and posing him and not being afraid that you're going to break your $100 figure, you know, that makes me kind of lean towards this a little bit more. But yeah, if they would have given him pinless and I don't know, it would have to be a whole new kind of figure really, because a lot of people want waist swivel as well. So
it looked great. Jay did a great job, man, and yeah, it sold me. Like I don't really, you know, I get Mafex, X-Men figures and stuff like that, and some of the Spider-Man stuff. I would probably get, but this looks great, man. I mean, this poses incredibly perfect. It's enough that I for you know, whatever it's going to be, $24. Yeah, done. Absolutely.
For sure. And it was I actually commented this on his Instagram, on Jay's Instagram, that I felt like it was fitting for them to let him reveal this. You know, he's been talking about it a lot, and like, you know, Spider-Man's one of his favorite characters and all of that. So that's another thing that they've been doing as well, is kind of like pairing up or giving certain influencers figures to reveal that kind of like jive with them or their personality or things that they've been talking about. So just an interesting thing to note. That's all.
So what are you getting, Boog? What are you gonna get?
Ask me no questions and I will tell you no lies.
I think I know, but yeah, okay.
So yeah, that was Legends. And anything else from Hasbro this past week? Anything interesting we need to note? I guess the only other thing was the Sentinel stuff that we talked about kind of early on. T, you got a
These.
Sentinel, right? You got one coming, right?
Got two.
Two.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Somehow I ended up with 3 Galactuses too.
Galacti. You guys say
Galacti.
Galacti.
Galacti. I don't know how.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
2 Sentinels, and yeah, they're still sitting there. And now I'm seeing the knee thing. I hate.
Yeah.
I hate seeing the problems, announced before
Yeah,
I've even
man.
gotten one of them in hand. It's like,
Sure. I'm a little worried. I saw MCU Collector today put up a quick video of his knees. He didn't. I think he didn't have the problem, or he did, but it was like real, not as bad as the guys out in the Philippines. Do we have video of that of those knees? I actually forgot to send it to the group chat.
If you just go to Deviant Studios, his
Yeah, you could go to Alexis's Instagram. That makes sense. Yeah, what am I saying?
he did a live today. The only man capable of doing this. He just was just opening up Mad Sentinels and is like, "Does this have fucked up knees? Does this have messed up knees?"
What was the?
Just go to my.
What's the deal with
Just go to
that?
my
Is he,
Facebook page. It's every video that's on my Facebook.
Yeah,
page.
basically.
What's the
'Cause
deal
I
with that? The
saw-
guy's
Yeah,
filthy
I got
rich. That's
Alex's
what's the
video
deal
here.
I saw Elvis reposting all of his videos too. So yeah.
Okay, excuse me. That's a lot of Sentinels, brother.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
400 a pop.
and big shout out to him too. Not especially that you mentioned that Boog. It was more expensive for him. For those guys overseas, like I think $100 more he was saying for each one.
Whoa! So
Yeah.
wait, does he have a shop or something out there? What's going on?
No, he just has hopes and dreams and ambitions and and drive.
He needs to put one of these shits on a fucking chain and just hang it around his neck and walk to the city.
I'm going to abuse the HOV lane with this thing.
This is crazy. What is going on? That's wow. All right,
he's
so
got-
I
he's
guess
got
he's
tons.
about to. He's living that real A.C.B.A. life. Okay.
Truly.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to him, man. What a guy.
Word. I did see Dan respond to him on Twitter too. I think
Yes, he sure did.
they said they were gonna look into it and see what was going on.
Yeah.
It's possible he could have just got a bad batch.
Yeah, it might be possible that like this first run is like a little wild, a little spotty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying
Should be the only run though.
who knows?
Yeah, but are they not ratcheted? They're not ratcheted knees, so
Yeah. Either way, it's you probably gonna have that problem across the board at some
Yeah.
point. Oh man,
He just bent over. He folded.
that
Like a
has
piece
been
of
like
paper.
it's like a old like
Beckham.
$5 figure. Like that shit's wild.
Mhm.
Damn, these things look so good though, man.
They really do. They really
Yeah,
do.
you're just gonna have to get some kind of stand on it. I remember when I had the NECA like 18-inch figures, you had to get like a doll stand for it. Just no matter how
listen, for
sturdy
the
it
most
is,
part-
anything could happen.
For toy photography, I really only need the upper half anyway. Like,
Right.
like I'm not. How am I even going to get that into a shot? Entirely. I will find a way.
I got a few plans that don't he doesn't need to stand at all really. So
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, it looks really good, but that is really, really disappointing. Maybe we could talk to Lexus next week and see what's going on, see what the remedy is, and see if he actually communicated more with Dan behind the scenes to see if they might do something to fix it or what. I don't know what they could possibly do. I was talking to David. He said something about this being an issue with Transformers figures sometimes, and sometimes they will send out an extra part and you have to swap it out and swap the legs or something yourself or whatever. So I don't
Is it
know.
just that hard, shiny plastic as opposed to something a little more tacky that would stick a little bit better for the joint or something like that? Just because they're robots and they've got that shinier, harder plastic.
Oh, this is David sending me a message right now saying they better address this shit on Monday.
Yeah, this is the video that got everybody like super
Spoiler.
heated right
Yeah,
here.
that's the one I saw. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what's so wild about this? That legit looks like some little kid just sitting on
Yeah.
the
It does.
I want to just hit that kneecap with a rubber mallet. You know what I mean?
And have it go up.
so crazy.
That's six.
Yeah, I'm sure they had no plans of having to talk about faulty Sentinels on the live stream on Monday, but yeah, they're gonna have to say something about it for sure.
Yeah.
it's gonna be people screaming that shit out in the chat or whatever.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
there's gonna be no way to
Hopefully they'll
avoid
say
that.
something.
People who don't
But-
even have it and didn't even order it are gonna be like, "You guys have faulty knees on your Sentinel."
Yeah, basically.
How does
mean-
it get to that point? I don't understand, man.
It's
You
just
get prototypes after prototype after prototype,
yeah.
and you look at that and you go, "Yeah, that's good. Send it back."
That's
I
a
don't know.
huge
I mean, even
oversight.
I want to say even Dwight, when he had the sample, you know, he would struggle to try to keep it up and keep it from folding back the same way we just saw it.
Really, I don't remember that.
Right now, there'd be times where it's just setting it up, just as it would, you know, because of the size and everything. But you would have thought, oh, this is happening, and this is the prototype, you know, that it would be something. But it's weird because, like you said, the knees just aren't ratcheted. So
yeah, you gotta know better than that. With all of those like electronics and the batteries and everything in the upper torso, you know it's going to be a top heavy figure. Like, how could you not understand that? You know that this could be an issue.
How dare you?
At least the feet are not like super small, because that would have really been terrible.
That would have been the final nail in the coffin.
I need to see the Glenn Webb pose on it. I need to see how far it spreads out wide.
Right.
Feet still flat on the ground.
Rest in peace to the man, Glenn Webb. I miss Glenn, man.
Me too, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that was it for Hasbro. So we're all patiently waiting to see what's going on, to see who's gonna have faulty knee joints, or if there's gonna be something that is across the board for everyone. I guess we will check back in next week.
Knee-gate.
We should have just paid another $400 and had this boy like walk around and talk on his own, like Optimus Prime.
like that Optimus Prime, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Print Rabbit in chat is saying it has ratchets everywhere except the legs. Is that true?
That is wild. That's wild.
My goodness.
I saw a video of someone doing this with the arm, and the arm was sliding back down as well.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Hey man, I gotta say something to Alexis right here. Like, I noticed this when I was watching it. He's like trying to balance him on the softest surface possible.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on.
Not exactly a controlled environment. You know, but...
His feet are like this.
I was like,
I wonder if
I get it, but come on.
Yeah.
I want to know how many of these he was trying to keep and how many he was actually trying to sell.
I think this is going to be one people are going to have to check all of theirs, even if you're trying to offload it. It might. Yeah, I think it might be hard to get one like completely sealed because everyone's going to want to check.
Absolutely, very true.
We got other people in A.C.B.A. who've shot him already. I mean, there's got to be some feedback.
Yeah, for sure. It's a few shots up in the group right now. Also, Dan's Toy Art had put up one of the first shots that I saw.
Yeah, that hard thump on the end there.
Yeah. So yeah, this coming Monday is going to be a fan first Monday for the Hasbro Marvel Legends team. So hopefully they will address this, and hopefully they will give us a little more insight into Jay's reveal of the black suit Spider-Man. And I guess we'll just be waiting to hear what else they have in store for the remainder of this year and through 2022. So yeah, that's it for Hasbro. I don't think it was anything else from any of the other lines. No Power Ranger stuff, right? No Lightning collection.
Not that I can think of off the top.
Mm-mm.
Blake Quammen hit us with 5 with a really great question. If Hasbro offered a ratcheted attachment but charged $10, would we be happy or would we complain?
Maybe if they're only charging for shipping.
Yeah, if they mask that as a shipping cost, I think that would be.
That wouldn't make sense either because shipping was free on the Sentinel.
You know what? This takes me back to, I mean, it's not really by comparison as far as like the price. There is no comparison, but this takes me back to the Toy Biz days when they did the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure and they forgot to pack in the coil for one of the arms, and all you had to do was show proof of purchase, and they sent it out for free.
Oh, okay.
The coil. Yeah.
Yeah, this should be free. If there's any fix for this that's easy and
Yes.
replaceable, it should be free.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think pledge cleaners are about to go up. You know, people are going to be hitting
For
those
real.
joints with some floor polish.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know if that shit could work with this big ass
It's
joint. I don't
huge,
even
yeah.
know.
that's the thing, man. Yeah.
I would say maybe like wedge like a piece of paper or something just to fatten up the the friction. I
Well,
guess I don't know.
Come on, man.
Going
That's,
back
that's
to
like
Middle
having a
Ages.
fucking diamond earring with an eraser back, man. Come on, man.
That's the thing, yeah. Like medical tape, like is real thin, and you can kind of build that up, and it sticks really well, and you can kind of build those joints up a little bit. But still, yeah, I shouldn't have to do that for a
Absolutely.
$300.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Monday. If there is some fix that they can work into it, then hopefully it'll even out for them with all of the fucking millions of dollars they made on Galactus.
Yeah,
So,
The how many million, Boog? If you know the number off the top of your head.
13.4,
13 plus. And you know what? You know what's wild too, is that the final number we won't know for maybe like another like 2 or 3 weeks, because a lot of their orders. I was talking to David about this past week too. A lot of people's cards who didn't charge properly or whatever, and their orders got canceled. A lot of orders got just canceled through the system.
Oh wow!
That they're going back through now to give people time to, or they're asking the people for time for them to fix it, basically. So we're gonna see the final number even higher than what it was last week, basically. So they absolutely gonna crack 13 mil at the end of the day. Yeah. So pretty huge success. And if they are basing any of Galactus on the Sentinel, then this should give them enough time in advance to fix the legs on Galactus, because he's going to be even heavier than the Sentinel. So, yeah.
Damn, imagine that.
Yeah.
That's got to pay for that Marvel license for the next 5 or 6 years for sure.
So yeah, again, that was Hasbro. What's up? What else is on the docket? I know we got some SHF news, right?
Yeah, we got some SHF news. Let's mosey on into that real quick. But before so, I missed Mason McDonald's super chat. He hit us with $10. He said, "Want to say you guys are amazing. Been through this ride since day one. By the way, anyone else noticed that BBTS has been getting old Marvel Legends back in stock recently? P.S. Listen to NF, best rapper out there. Prove me wrong." Hell yeah.
I'll do no such thing.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I did see that. I periodically just check to see what has like dropped down to the sale bin on BBTS and what I might just grab for like doubles or to Kit Bash or something like that. So I have seen some things pop back up there. But yeah, you should definitely periodically check with BBTS on everything, not just even Marvel Legends. Like very often, they're going through stuff. It's literally just a big ass warehouse. At some point, shit's got to go on sale. So, but yeah, can you tell us about this bad boy here?
Real quick, while we're still on talking about Marvel Legends, Blake Clement hit us with another 5. He said, "Even with the knee problem, 385 is well worth this figure. Don't see anyone trying to sell their Sentinel for below retail despite the knee." Absolutely not.
No way. Yeah.
No, that's not happening. The price is not dropping. It is what it is. It's like dope. It is. People gonna buy it no matter what.
That's the price, sir.
Yeah,
That's the price.
Yeah, I'm gonna have nothing to add to this, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, of course, man.
Well,
of course.
Last thing I'll say is that everybody who bought this Sentinel with the intention of it just being a master mold sitting in a chair, well, I mean, you're good.
Totally good.
Incredible. So yeah, man. SHF basically, or Tamashii Nations, just blew the door wide open, man. Earlier we got like a little tease for Dodoria during like a live stream event they did, where he just showed up off screen. So the guy just pulled him off screen and just showed like, "Hey, guess what? We're working on the Dodoria."
Yeah, I remember that. He like pulled it out from behind him or something.
Yeah,
too. Wasn't there one where he had it like hidden behind his back where he was
He literally boofed it and just smuggled it in.
Yeah. He had like a hat or something, like a magician's top hat, and he just pulled it out.
Incredible. Yeah, subsequently making a lot of people's dreams come true, man. Dodoria is incredible. You need him for your Frieza display. Like, damn it.
For sure. For sure.
Throw up that gate, Poncho. Let him know.
Absolutely.
You know what's wild is like every time they put out a figure, I'm always looking to see if they reuse parts from anything else. And I don't know, is this anything from Boo here, or is this totally new?
Yeah, this might the only thing they might take is some of the articulation technology,
Right.
Not necessarily the same stuff. Like, you know, just like Boo, he's like a wider set character. He's just got like big, thick hips, baby.
Yeah, this is
So
what those $35 Target Gokus pay for, you know?
exactly.
Basically.
um, but I guess yeah, the only thing they're borrowing is just the technology, the philosophy of how to make him stand. And you know, I feel like you'd probably have a better time standing him than that Boo. I remember before Boo came out, we all thought we would have a hard time like just making him stand, but he turned out to be just a really fun figure, and you can make him stand really well. I hope the same thing is to be seen here with this Dodoria. But they revealed all his product shots, and then he's up for pre-order right now, man. You can get him on P Bandai right now. I want to say for around 80-ish right now. If you want to go through like Japanese retailers, he's a little bit more expensive there, but you do get him a month early. And then BBTS, setting the stage for aftermarket prices, has him for 124. Incredible. So yeah, man. Suffice it to say,
124 with the $31 or $32
yeah,
non-refundable
yeah.
deposit or down
Yeah,
payment, by the way.
Crazy. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Like every single time they put out a new SHF, like the sculpt on the faces just get better and better. It's crazy, man.
Hell yeah.
Like it's unbelievable.
You know, I always say this, heads and hands, man. This makes for a lot of great expressive displaying and a lot of not just like serious fight scenes and shit, like real comedic shit that you
Yeah.
could do with all of these expressions. Like these head sculpts look really, really good. I jumped out and pre-ordered this right away, actually.
Hell
This
yeah.
right here is the seller.
Say uncle.
They do a really good job of, like, you know, Vegeta has been, you know, he's always been sculpted taller than he should be in the show, but like next to Dodoria, he looks exactly the way he should look. Basically, just a short little dude. And then last week, I remember when I was talking about the Frieza, regular release Frieza, I was like, why are they doing glowing Dragon Balls? And like the answer was right in front of me the whole time. They're doing, of course, they're double dipping on the Namek arc, and like this Dodoria, this Frieza, and this Zarbon will have like the glowing Dragon Balls packed in for sure. So like the next set of 7 Namek figures will all come with these glowing Dragon Balls.
Nice.
It's pretty sick, man. Of course, like Zarbon is on the way. Sorry,
Did
what were
we
we gonna
finish the first set of 7?
I believe
Dragon
so.
Balls?
I believe it's done with the Ginyu Force and then Gohan, and then one more and then Frieza, I believe. So yeah, man, this is super tight. I literally can't wait, man. This is great.
Did we talk about Frieza? Was that last week that
Yeah.
came out?
We sure did.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, this is super great. I can't wait for anything else. Like I really hope with this new set of like Dragon Ball. So this is like, so we know 3 for sure. There's Dodoria, Zarbon, and Frieza. So the next 4 could be. I hope we get like a battle armor, a battle jacket like Krillin, battle jacket Gohan would be super sick. And then just the other Frieza forms is like a dream come true for me. But if I were to really predict it, I would say we're going to get a redeco of that Ultra Instinct Goku, the one like where he had like black hair, not Mastered Ultra Instinct, but like the event exclusive Goku that came out where he had like the blue shirt. And I think we're going to get a redeco of that where he comes with a Super Saiyan head sculpt, and that'll be first appearance Super Saiyan Goku. And that'll be one of these for sure. That'll come with that Dragon Ball. I'm almost certain of it. But yeah, that's all for the official side. Like Jamichael said earlier in the show, 17 and 18 are closing super soon, so get your orders in there if you want to go through P Bandai. And then I also sent something in the chat, Fabio. It was a demoniacal fit thing. So earlier, I want to say a couple of months ago, when they revealed the eating set, demoniacal fit wasted no time, and they put out a faceplate for Vegeta eating as well. And yeah, it's it right here. And then I speculated back then that like it's not going to just be the faceplate. Like demoniacal fit now it seems their business model is just based on just doing third-party versions of already pre-existing figures, especially, you know, old Tamashii Web exclusives that aren't going to get re-released anytime soon. So this Majin Vegeta was a big thing for a lot of collectors. Like, I think around this time was when we really started to see, we really started to feel the effects of America not having an open pre-order system, because Majin Vegeta was one of the first figures to like really be like short stocked in a lot of places. Like maybe he was around for a month or so, but then after that, like this wasn't a situation where you could just go into Barnes and Noble, or you could just like log on to Amazon like a month or so after he came out and then just pick him up for retail. Like he sold out pretty fast. So it's pretty cool that Demoniacal Fit is giving you a third-party option to get this this version of Vegeta, and then of course, and then it looks like it's going to be packed in with this eating head, and then hopefully they'll fix like his eyes, like in this main image right here. This faceplate, his eyes were still centered on a lot of people's instead of looking off to the right, so maybe they'll be able to fix that. I think that's really Demoniacal Fit's like wheelhouse right now. I think they're kind of staying away from like completely new molds and completely new tooling and all that stuff. They just I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're copying homework, or they're just stealing molds. I don't know what they're doing, but this just seems to be what they're doing right now. And if they can add in little extras like this eating face for Vegeta, I'm totally fine with that, man. It's a great way to get your hands on a figure that otherwise would cost you over a bill. So
is this an unlicensed?
Yeah, it's unlicensed. Third party.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's crazy. So Demoniacal Fit and like and Kong Studios are like the main dudes like duking it out right now in the third party space. So this is super tight. And then there's one more thing for Bandai. They showed off those Stranger Things.
Ew, no. The Stranger Things figures. Ew. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, please. I want to see.
They're like actually really bad.
I didn't even.
How did this happen?
I saw the thumbnail. I didn't even.
They're other characters. They're like not even. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, me and my wife just watched this season for the first time like a month ago. I'm still not excited for these.
No.
So they're doing like Godzilla style, like, you know, open box packaging. These like soft rubber monsters.
So unappealing.
Yeah, terrible. There's the Demogorgon. Wow. Okay. And then they're doing like a 6-inch line called the Void series. They're doing 11. And it looks
like,
terrible.
This is like 7 or something. This is 11.
Look at those freaking hips.
Yeah.
She looked like she got on like ass open chaps or something like that.
Yeah. Read it and weep, boys.
Yeah. This Hopper looks like the dude from It doesn't look like Hopper. First of all, it looks like the guy. I know he's been in other
like Private Pile from
a little bit. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's the same guy that was in like
Joker,
Law and Order, Criminal Intent too, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
D'Onofrio.
He looks
Vincent
just
D'Onofrio,
like him.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fisk. He plays Fisk too.
Yeah, Kingpin. Yeah,
Kingpin. Duh. I'm an idiot.
But you could army build this Hopper, if anything.
I guess if you're into like shitty army builders.
But if you are, there you go.
Basically citizens for your display.
Your dystopian world.
Yeah.
Where everybody's bald and wears a blue suit.
Yeah.
So that's it for Bandai, right?
That's it, baby. Anything you want to
Can I bring up? Just because it's if we're in MISC, it is PowerCon weekend, so there's been a few like Masters of the Universe reveals, which are kind of cool. This is all Mondo's. First of all, courtesy of A Toy Kind of Mood, friends of myself and therefore the show. But they're at PowerCon this weekend, and they got some of these photos there at the booths. Mondo with a cool like 1/6 display. Do you mess with any of these, Trevor?
They're so cool, man. I'm just not into Motu, and I've been tempted by a couple of them because they're just really nice looking. But I didn't bite, thankfully.
Yeah, if I was a Masters collector in 2021, you wouldn't even get me to touch anything except this. This is
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Mexico, let's say, of Motu.
Hmm.
Of course, it's 1/6, but here's one of the reveals, or a couple of reveals. They're doing She-Ra. I think they've shown her
Wow.
before, but maybe just announced her or something. Classic Hordak, I think, just went out for sale, and now to go with him,
Mhm.
there's going to be a She-Ra, and they're doing a Battle Cat in 1/6
Wow.
scale
That's gonna
for
be
your
Wow.
He-Man.
Very
It's
nice.
nuts.
That's cool.
With
Yeah.
swappable heads and everything. I mean, this is
That's
crazy.
cool.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that is
That's
crazy.
what I mean. Is like, damn, I wish I were a He-Man fan because I would love to have this. Like,
How much you think
See,
that's
I'm glad
gonna?
I'm not a He-Man fan because I would love to have this.
Right, right. How
I
much you
think
think
these
that's
run
gonna cost?
for like 150 to 200 usually. The 1/6 scale.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not crazy. They go really fast too, man.
Yeah,
Really fast.
they're not Hot Toys prices because they don't always have like a lot of soft goods other than the capes and maybe some of like the straps and stuff.
Yeah, and they're more like a giant, plastic figure. You know what I mean? They're a
Right.
little more solid than Hot Toys and stuff are.
Exactly. So
They look great. They look great.
they've got some of these like Sofubi colors too. I mean, these are so cool.
Very
I
nice.
love their Batman the Animated Series figures too. I
Yeah,
just
that's
haven't-
right.
haven't bit.
So that's the Mondo stuff, and then here's some of the Mattel stuff. They're doing the Flying Fist He-Man and the Dragon Punch Skeletor, I think they're called, in the
I
vac
think
metallized
that's,
armor, which is kind of cool.
I'm gonna tell you, no offense to Motu collectors, but
Yeah.
this is just all the same shit. Like just
No, dude, this
regurgitated.
is not.
Oh, yeah.
You can't call yourself a collector and buy these figures. I'm sorry. This is for Motu fans who grew up with this thing, and they're like, "Here, kids, you are my child. I want you to play with the toys I had, except they're better."
No, it's
Remember
also for those-
1987, everybody?
If I was a pushy dad trying to project my likes and desires onto my child, this is the toy I would give.
for sure.
That's what
I mean,
Dad's
it's
doing
also
again.
for those adult collectors who had these same exact toys when they were kids, and they put it in a bathtub and this and that and ruined it, and they just want a brand new version of their old toy, basically.
That's
Yep.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, if I were a Motu fan, it would be very hard for me to be like, okay, well, I've got these three options. I've got Revelation somewhere in the middle. I've got the Origin stuff, which is what I remember, and then the Mondo stuff, which is the HD 2021 remaster of the characters I remember. And based on the way I collect, it would be very hard for me to pick anything except this Mondo.
I like those Revelation figures, though. I gotta say, I have no love for Masters of the Universe, but the Revelations was pretty decent. It got me into it.
Yeah.
I actually watched
Yeah,
it all the
yeah.
way through, and I was like,
Yeah, I like
It
the
was
cartoon.
fun.
It was
Alright.
good.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
picked up Battle Cat for some Mythic Legions figures, and I
Nice.
thought about picking up He-Man if I could find him. It was pretty decent.
Have they done any Stinkor figures with that had like some type of smell feature or some shit like that? I do remember that from the toy from
yeah.
when I was a
In the
kid.
original, but not in these new releases.
Not
no.
in these new releases. Okay.
That's
But they are
crazy.
doing Stinkor for the first time in the Revelations line, or in the Masterverse line, I guess you could say. The Triclops here and the Trapjaw are like deluxe figures, so you can actually take off the soft goods and the overlays, and then you can have like the classic versions underneath. So that's a fun feature. And then some of these boys up top are also deluxe. The King Grayskull right here.
Whoa.
Dope. Yeah. And then the other kind of interesting thing they're doing is, if you're into this, they're doing a Viking He-Man and a Barbarian Skeletor. And they're not like from anything. They're like original new designs for this line.
All right.
And to be honest, they kind of look better as like regular, He-Man and Skeletor than the one that is currently out.
You guys
In a lot
ever
of
think
ways.
they have like really cool ideas on ice and they're like, no, we can't do that because it'll make our shitty figures look even shittier?
100%. Oh yeah. Well, they got to sell the cartoon first, and then they're giving you regular Tila now too, not just the the Revelations.
I don't know
version.
what's left after that original line, man. That was they used that. Oh, God, so many figures.
But you got the dope merman from the show too, which a lot of people wanted.
I like these figures, man. I like the Revelation figures. I like the proportions of them a whole lot better than the originals, obviously.
Yeah,
and
they look really good.
I just like what they've done with them in the show. They're more. I don't know. It makes more sense to me than the original cartoon did.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that at PowerCon this weekend, along with those Cosmic Legions reveals that we talked about. That's it. That's all I got from Misk. Trevor, is there any Hot Toys 1/6 scale news we should be lumping in
Marty
here?
and Doc. Marty and Doc. Re-release
okay,
of
we can talk about that.
Marty McFly.
Oh,
And
really?
a new Doc with an old head, which is kind of disappointing.
New Doc, old head.
What? No head?
So no head?
So no head.
Oh, and I guess we can talk about the figures too.
Oh my god, those are so good, man. Oh my god, so good. Yeah.
We can use that to segue into the movie talk as
Sure.
well.
Yeah, so this is a, Back to the Future 1 with Back to the Future 3 head or 2 head. I'm not really sure. It's the reuse of the head, which everybody's a
Doc
little
Brown?
upset about. For Doc Brown, yeah. Marty is supposedly a new head. I think it looks better. It's a better sculpt than the original. Really didn't like the original one. I bought this. I got it from Hong Kong. I got suckered into the talk that there was only 600 of these, but there was only 600 of them in Hong Kong. There's going to be more. So yeah, I paid
That's how
extra.
they get you.
Exactly.
I saw you coming a mile away, Trevor.
Exactly. The deluxe comes with the plutonium box, and is it plutonium? Yeah. And they're removable, I think, or something like that. But that's an extra, I want to say 20, $30 or something for that. Maybe it's $20. It's
Does
not
anybody
a lot,
ever
but
not get the deluxe?
it's so crazy, man. like why would you like $20? Like you're spending $240. Like spend the extra.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, the upcharge is negligible.
Yeah.
Print Rabbit asked a good question. Do Hot Toy collectors hate these re-releases / updates? What do you think?
Interesting. I mean, it's the same with everything else. Scalpers hate them. I don't collect for value, so I don't have that mindset, and that like, oh, now my my Iron Man doesn't have value because they re-released it. Because I buy one and I'm not going to sell it. But yeah, I'm sure the scalpers on eBay hate it. But I think most people like it because a lot of people didn't have a shot at this. Really, people are hoping that they re-release the DeLorean.
I was about to ask that too. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have a shot at that.
I guess to add on to his question, like, what goes through your mind when you see something like this Doc Brown? Like, it's just a new head. Like, do you consider buying this one just for the new head sculpt, or what's?
I mean, I got Marty. You got to have Marty and Doc on the shelf, so I'm gonna have to get Doc. But my first thought is, how much am I gonna have to pay for a custom sculpt, and then have it painted? So I'm gonna spend another $350 on this to get it to look good. And that the dog Einstein, not good. But yeah, that's what goes through my mind. I mean, I'm happy to get Marty again because I passed on it the first time. So.
Okay. Well, I would say more specifically, like if you were to have like a re-release that comes around with like one new accessory, but you already have the previous version, like what goes through your mind then?
I guess it depends on the accessory. I see a lot of people who have the original Marty saying, yeah, I don't really need that Einstein. It's not very good to begin with. I wouldn't spend the money on just getting that. And there's a lot of times you can buy that stuff on the aftermarket too.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, I know, because like for like more like affordable figures, like or just like a lower price point figures like Legends and stuff. We always see them re-release the same suit like 3 or 4 times. Throwing another 20 just to get another, head sculpt and whatnot isn't really a big deal. But when you're doing
$240, gotta have that plutonium, man.
Yeah, absolutely. This Marty kind of looks like he's being deep faked with Tobey Maguire's head. Like,
it's weird. It's a weird sculpt. In some places, it looks really good, and then there's other places I'm like, yeah, that's not really much of an improvement. I think it was good. It was good enough. I'm happy with it. I'm not happy paying an extra $100 for it to get it from Hong Kong, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hope they re-release that DeLorean too. I think it'd be really cool.
I hope they don't, because I'll be tempted to buy it, and I have no place to put.
It's
that
like how much?
thing,
It was like $1,000, right, when it came out, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
huge.
I have that's the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Christ.
In one 1/6, right
Oh my god.
there. I mean, this DeLorean is going to be the size of a table. Put it.
Yeah, you literally just have to get a coffee table and like put it in
Yeah.
the middle of the room, and that's where it sits.
My friend who works at the local comic book shop, his is just permanently on his dresser, just all on his dresser, and like he had to like kick his like girlfriend's stuff like off the top of the dresser. Like, sorry, there's nowhere to put it.
There's no space for these things.
That's right.
That's crazy.
All right, that's it in 1/6 scale news.
I think so.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi, if you want to just look at Shang-Chi really quick.
Let's go back to
'Cause
Shang-Chi.
the head sculpts on those are amazing.
Yeah, they're
They
crazy.
nailed these things.
I think like the guys over, what's it called, Secret Base, right? In it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that where they do all the sculpting too, or no?
I think most of those people are on staff at this
Okay.
point. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody's remote, so whatever. But yeah, they work for Hot Toys.
Yeah, let me tell you, like, if I was these guys and like I got like Shang-Chi on like my list of stuff to do, I'm like, it's no surprise that these look so incredible.
Yeah,
because
it's like
these-
finally we
yeah.
can do somebody that looks like us.
Exactly, yeah.
you know what
Like
I
I'm
mean?
about to go
Hero.
all out.
I
I'm about to
know.
go all out.
Yeah.
I know
Mm.
a ton of dudes that look just like this guy, so fuck yeah. Exactly what I'm doing.
Damn.
I mean, the thing is, they talk
So
about
good.
they scan these guys, and they have 3D scans of their faces, but they do that for just about everybody, I would assume. But they don't nail everybody. You know what I mean? And this
They sure
is great.
Yeah, this is incredible. Yeah, I'd
I'm at
imagine
least
like
getting him.
I'd imagine they like it's okay. They scan these guys and then obviously they go back through and they touch up and whatnot.
Yeah.
With stuff, but yeah, man, it looks just like him. It's unreal.
Oh, did they show the other accessories? I know you had oh no, they're still hiding accessories, I guess. For
Yeah, I wonder what. I'm thinking it'll be, some of the like
Got to be
little
the
creatures or
rings.
whatever.
I mean, I don't know. We doing spoilers, so.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Light spoilers, I guess.
I guess we can do some light spoilers, but either way, here's Wen Wu,
Hell yeah.
He
who
looks great.
I thought was amazing in the movie.
They nailed those
Yeah.
eyes, baby. They had to get those eyes right.
Totally.
Dude, those
He was my favorite
eyes,
part of the
man.
movie.
I'm watching the movie. I completely forgot who he was, like until halfway through. He's the original Ip Man.
Yeah.
He was the Grand Master in the movie before they made the Ip Man movies.
He's a huge actor, man. It's
Huge
crazy.
Yeah,
actor.
dude, I haven't seen that movie in like 10 years, but I was like, damn.
It's wild that he's so unknown here in the West. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Tony Leung, man. I mean, I was captivated exactly by his eyes. I'm watching it. I'm like, man, that guy's eyes. And then, that's kind of his thing.
That is true. Very
Tom
true.
Hanks.
Yeah. I love these effects.
He was
that they
great.
got going
Michelle
on.
Yeoh was great. I love them. I love the movie. It was really good.
It was.
Look at those
fantastic.
effects. Usually those effects suck, and there's something you take out of the box, you put them into storage, and you never take them out again. Those I would actually display. Those look really.
Well, here's one of the effects that I can assume is going to come with the Shang-Chi figure too, as the other half of this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seen it in trailers.
I mean, to display this on the shelf like this, oh my god, that would be nuts.
Be crazy.
It's really good. Really nice. Yep. These are definitely Shang-Chi. I try to limit my Marvel 1/6, but I'll definitely pick him up to represent.
Very nice.
Yep. I think that's about it. 1/6.
Cool. You want to do some community stuff?
This is a hard effect to translate as well, and they did a really good job with them.
Yeah, they sure did.
All right, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Want to do some community stuff real quick?
I reckon we should.
Hell yeah! I got a couple. I didn't go as I didn't curate as many as I did last week, but there's some. I'm about to send the link quick.
Right. Yeah, we're breezing along here. We're not dwelling too long. It doesn't have to be a crazy long show,
Yeah, something chill, something lax.
Something lax. You know what I mean, man? It's been a stressful week. I'm trying to watch this Triller fight tonight. I heard there's a special commentator tonight.
Whoa, what fight is this?
It's the De La Hoya fight.
Oh dang!
Oh
Triller.
god, yes. Oh yeah, I don't need to see that.
The
Did you pay the extra for that? Yeah.
No.
Hey,
Who does? Who does? Well, I can tell you one person does, and let's just say I watch over his shoulder. But yes, let's take a look at some highlights from our lovely community.
absolutely. Yeah, Mark Steven Santos, pulling out the oldest trick in the book, but putting a new coat of paint on it, dude. Guy literally put Magneto in a bowl and just threw some lights on him, and it looks crazy.
That's
A
great.
bowl, you say?
A bowl, baby. Looks really. He has a BTS and a V side, I think, at the top comment, possibly, yeah. And then he just threw him in a bowl, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
When
Innovative.
yeah, very. When I think A.C.B.A, man,
Straight up fish bowl, yeah.
this is what I think of. Just finding
Wait,
really cool practical ways just to make it happen.
You know what would be cool actually too that he could mess around while he got the fishbowl out is
Fish.
actual fish actual Mysterio and Spider-Man kind of facing off on the bowl. That'd actually be a cool sort of cover.
I'm surprised nobody did that. Like as when,
You know what? Maybe you could just actually edit that out and I'll just use that for myself.
yeah, every time, like sometimes when we were doing the podcast, like I think about like these free ideas, and I'm kind of like, should I save this for like World Tournament or something? I don't know.
right. Didn't somebody do that with a fishbowl and Mysterio? I swear somebody did that with.
You know
with
what?
that.
Now that you mention that, you might be right. Somebody might have. Yeah.
The idea is too good not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like somebody did right after the movie came out.
Yeah, I mean, there was all kinds. Yeah, someone must have lumped it in there. I'm not seeing the photo of the BTS, but either way, he did a great job with this.
Yeah, I think it was just a video. My bad. But yeah, it was super great, man. Well worth the love. You know, Mark Santos, he kills it weekly on a regular basis for sure. And it's just really cool to see these really great practical solutions to what could have easily been done in Photoshop. It's cool to just go the extra mile and just see what's up. So hell yeah, man. Big ups to him.
Cool. All right, what else we got? Oh, this one. Yes, this one. I already know from the title. This one was a heater.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Oh yeah.
This one was incredible. Hell yeah. Hey, big shout out to your nephew. Boog. Sure he did something great. Everybody's bugging out in the background. Alan Parma murdered this, dude. Like, it's so good.
I thought this was a multi-scale display, actually.
Truly. I thought so too.
So did I at first. Yeah, me too. I was looking like, what is that front figure? Yeah. Incredible.
Really great. Like, I see so many people use like this saran wrap type of effect, but it's like it's sold like above and beyond in this one for sure.
Yeah, this is one of his one of the best shots he's done. A lot of stuff that he does, honestly, this sometimes to me personally, like it's just missing something. I don't know what it is with his lighting. Sometimes it just seems like there's these like gaps. Like I don't know, maybe he needs more like dial parts and stuff to just give the display more depth, because it looks like he shoots in like a really open area a lot of times. But oftentimes it's just something that looks a little off with his light. But he fucking nailed this though, man. This came out real nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no dial necessary really here.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically just the floor, yeah, if you look at the BTS here.
And then sometimes I also feel like he'll just like add shit in that's not really like necessary. Like I've seen him putting some extra like hair pieces on some of the figures. That shit looks nuts to me. But
well, we're talking about what's good about this one, not what's bad about his other one.
No doubt. But I'm just talking about the artist in general. But yeah, this was very, very well done. I agree.
The work that went into this to make this effect. And
yes.
And I don't did he light paint this, or he just had it lit with a lume cube or something like that, or off the side? I don't know.
He may have done some light painting. I think he does that a little bit in his BTS stuff.
Dude, everything is just this is forget about making the piece, just making that light work in a shot at that angle and making it look, the scale look right, and it's great.
Oh, Alan's in chat right now. Says
4
Yeah.
likes away from 1K. So let's get this.
No
into
lighting,
4.
no light painting. Okay.
Yeah, no light painting. Hell yeah.
I saw his
Yeah.
BTS. I know he had lights pointed at it, but I didn't know if he had like just hit that front a little bit more or something.
You know what's wild about this too? Like what T just said is the perspective. Like that Thor looks tiny. Like you know what I'm saying? That's not a 3/4 inch Thor though, right? That's the regular
No.
6-inch
Yeah.
Thor, right? Yeah. That shit looks very movie-esque. Yeah, man, he did a real good job on this for sure. Yep.
Let's get, if you're on the A.C.B.A. Facebook group, go hit like on this if you haven't already. 4 likes away from the 1K club.
1K club.
I posted
Firmly
this on my story
secure
on
in there.
IG. Heat.
All right. What's next? Alan in the chat. Yeah, this was great, man.
Good job, man.
All right. Spider-Man action coming up. You ready?
Spider-Man. Let's go.
Oh, look at this.
Super clever. Super
Came on
clever.
the mix. Very,
What's
very nice.
what's his Instagram? Does he have an Instagram? Do we know? Anybody in the chat?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, if you know his
Who is
Instagram, throw it
this?
in the chat.
The crispness on display here. Yeah.
Who is it?
Gabos.
I missed the name.
Gabos.
Vitalis?
Hold on just a
Yeah.
moment. As soon as we scroll
Gabo
up.
Vitales. Vitale, if you will. Gabo Vitales. Anybody?
The depth of this is really great too. With he really sold that monitor in the back, and like this legit looks like some construction site, and put a lot of work into this too.
Yeah.
Man.
Is this his TV in the back here?
It's some type of monitor. It looks like, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, it's big. Yeah. Trying to learn the art of this monetary shot here.
I kind of feel like the more shit you put in front of it, the more like the more like skewed it is, then you could really sell it. You know.
Yeah,
did a
the
good
key
job.
to that
Go ahead.
digiRama is to definitely minimize it as much as you can and just use it where you need it and not have it be the full background because that looks flat.
True. I see a lot of people like when they set up their monitor for their background display, like they have like their stuff in the photo that they want to highlight. So if you look at his monitor, there's like a whole like building under construction right now. And then some people, they'll set their shot up and then they'll be like, oh, you don't see a lot of my background. So they'll readjust their shots and stuff, but you don't need to do that at all.
No. Yeah, that's one of the things that I see a lot of people like that, and they have a dio and they want to feature the entire dio.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you love the dio; it's beautiful looking, but we really only need to see 2 inches of that brick wall, and the character should be full on.
And you know what? That actually gives you more potential future shots and shit when you don't have to show the whole entire dio. That's not going to give
it
people
away.
like fatigue that looking at that die over and over. If you got to do is just give a little piece of it for the shot, Hell yeah, I'm with you on that.
Nice, hell yeah, big ups.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'll never hate a shot based on the Holy Trilogy.
Absolutely.
Of course, I showed this a little bit earlier, but speaking of Alexius,
There we go. Oh yeah, he had to flex on us some way or another, for sure.
I'm actually really pissed about this fucking picture. I'll tell you that.
Let's go. Why? Let's hear it.
Because this was
What did you
literally
do
gonna
wrong?
be the first shot that I did, and like I was gonna put up my review around this whole shit and everything. But this came out real nice. I love
let's do it
color.
anyway. Say he bit you. Who cares? What are they gonna do? Prove you wrong? Come on.
Right. Who's this guy? Who's this little guy with 30 sentinels? But
That's happened to me more times than I can count, man.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
somebody's
talked about
gotten
that.
it.
God, these look so good. I mean, this is stupid. This whole shot is good, but God dang it, these look good.
Yep.
Yeah, they photographing so fucking nicely for real. But I did see a comment here from DMC saying that the cutout should be a little higher and that he needed to rim his cutout. The cutout is also angled down toward the camera a bit too and needs to be kind of pushed back and pushed higher. And if he rimmed that cutout, this shit would be perfect. But it's still a really nice shot though. It's still a really nice shot. But that's the thing about the cutout. You know, the cutout is usually going to be your cherry on top. You got to get that right though for it to really like, bring the whole Sunday together and shit. But the colors here and
You
everything.
can't get it wrong, or it's really going to stand out. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you know, like-
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Because this could easily have been better without the cutout if it wasn't going to be perfect, perfectly placed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all that, So,
Very true.
but yeah, real nice here.
I also wanted to highlight he hid the stand with a foreground element right there as well. But it kind of cut into the foot, so some people in the comments thought that he had photoshopped it poorly. But that's just a foreground element that's just super close up, and I thought it was pretty clever that he used a foreground element that was pretty close to the color palette that's pretty prominent here. It's like a dark blue type of thing, so it kind of blends in really nicely. So hell yeah.
Oh, one more thing to add too is that those are some type of custom wings or something he has on Omega Sentinel there, because we did not get any wings with her, although she was featured in the comic book.
Those are from the Boomerang, Captain Boomerang.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's Boomerang. Here's some foes. Or the what are they called? God, you know what I'm talking about. The guy that we still need one more member of for years.
In the
Superior Foes Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah, we waiting for Overdrive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boomerang. What was I gonna tell you, P? Oh, you should look at the artwork from this comic and maybe 3D print the wings for her.
Oh wow, yeah, I'll add that to my list.
That would be something that I'm sure a lot of people would want to add to their.
Very lucrative idea. Yes.
Yes. Now that you have an entire 144 city on your table over there.
Right.
I know, right?
Imagine a Sentinel in that city. Oh boy.
Oh.
Ooh.
You know what? You gotta keep building your. You gotta keep building your city for your Galactus.
Galactus. Oh yeah.
That's it. Well,
it's going down.
Here we go.
One day.
All right, you gotta edit a whole fucking portion out of this episode, bro.
Original ideas, do not steal.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, what else we got here? One more?
I believe so, yeah. Hell yeah, Patrick Ung. Yo, I think 3
Oh,
weeks
yeah.
in a row. Hell yeah,
Freaking
man.
love this shot.
I actually forgot that I
Tremendous.
saw this. Yeah, this came out real nice too.
This is incredible. This is
It's funny. I just wrote him back on my comment because I said, like, I was telling him everything that was great about it. The composition, the fact that he's got the light on the main character just draws your eye. The focus draws your eye right to the main character and the focus of the action. He's like, I think he took it the wrong way. He's like, oh, I'll get another light and maybe I need, thanks for the advice. And I'm like, no. It's great, man. You don't need any more lights.
I like
it's
what
great.
you're doing.
You did a great job. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love this shot.
Yeah, this is so
Love it.
good. Like just
Love this lighting.
yeah, the lighting is so great. Using like a very nice like yellow warm light to complement like the blue, the overall blue tone is just like incredible. Chef's kiss, baby. Very good.
SHF's kiss.
SHF's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You know, oftentimes when I'm picking out highlights for the week, I have trouble picking out which one of his photos to feature because he puts out heat so often.
Compositionally, he always nails it. He just did one with the Zendaya from like a Spider-Man shot, and it's a similar composition where there's like people. I think she's like holding Peter Parker's hand or something like that, reaching out through the crowd, and great composition.
Absolutely, one of the best in the biz for sure. All right, cool. Is that it? Is that through the whole list, huh?
That's it.
All right.
Did you have that? I'm sorry, that Spawn one, that Spawn shot. I think you guys featured it on. I know I didn't put this for. I don't like screw up your
This one here?
Hell yeah! Talk about it. Let's go.
I just really like the way he separated the character from the background with the fog and the color and the light. It's he did a really good job with this. Really, really nice. Took me a couple of looks at it to like really appreciate it, but great job.
Yeah, I love how like smooth and almost buttery his fog looks. Something you can get with like a long shutter speed. Just have that really nice rolling fog.
Yeah.
Yep. Long shutter speed. And I almost think it's like vape. or a water based.
Vape Nation, baby.
Hey, Nate.
Well, when I
Live
saw
once
this during
again.
the week, the only thing that I was like wishing was that his head was up a little bit more and kind of like facing
Yeah.
the camera
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah, this was
Yeah.
cool.
He's just trying to
The
remember where
hole's
he
a
came
little
from.
big, like I don't know, but it's like I just like the way he separated it from the background. It's very comic book cover like. That's nice.
Yeah, he
true.
could have tucked the cape down more into the hole actually a little bit too. It's kind of like a weird position. The whole cape already sitting up on the ground. If he's coming up out the ground, I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe he's
you're
taking a
ruining this
dip.
for me, Boog.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's going down.
Maybe he's
right.
going down. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Back to hell.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, getting into some what's to grind on.
Yeah. Short
Let's do
list
it.
this week. As always, if you want your stuff critiqued on the show, if you want some tips and tricks, pro strats, tag your stuff with what to grind on or what to grind on _live, and we'll get to it. Before we get into this, I want to read off 2 super chats. BXTR Works hit us with $10 with 4 fist bumps. Thank you. Hell yeah. PJ Customs,
Man, as always,
PJ
got to hit him with that
Customs,
fist bump.
absolutely. PJ Customs hit us with 449. He said, sending some love from the UK. Shout out to Boog for remembering me from the early days of A.C.B.A. on YouTube when I was 13.
I was just about to say something right now. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I've been around since the free shit pull days. Actually, he hit me up on Instagram this past week. Was like, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is PJ Customs. I was like, oh hell yeah, I remember you, man. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah, those early days of A.C.B.A. like it's so funny you mention, like sometimes I'll get stuff like that too. Like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but like those early days of the community and stuff, like you remember everyone because it was so close. Like,
yes, for
everybody
sure.
was like so personal with everybody. Like, especially on YouTube, everybody's like leaving comments and video replies and all that stuff. So like the community was so tightly knit. Like, we're larger now, but like even back in the day, like everybody felt like just your friend, like more than a Facebook friend.
For sure. And that's why it's wild too to see some of these like people who were literal kids that are like adults now and shit. Like, oh shit, like, fuck, I'm old. But this is really cool to have seen this person like go through high school and finish college and shit, and still like into collecting and shit. Yeah, it's really cool.
Hell yeah, yeah. When I was getting back into the Discord and we were doing like chats every Friday night, they would like we would like sit around and watch A.C.B.A. videos of like other artists and stuff, and they would get to my videos and they're like, oh yeah, I remember watching this when I was 13, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm old. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just graduated from college with my doctorate. Damn it!
You still making toy videos?
Yeah, that's the best one. You still making these? Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I am. Yeah.
You still got your collection? That's cool.
I just came back from traveling the world. I'm doing all these cool things. Came back to YouTube. I see you still doing this. Is awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's great.
All right, cool. This,
all right, what's going on?
This is Presley Payne. I wanted to highlight this one because it might be a little bit hard to tell over the stream. Maybe even for some of us here in the Discord chat, but like he's getting a lot of noise in like the darker spots of his photo right here. And I wanted to bring this up specifically because Trevor, you take really great low light photos. Like what would be some great tips for this guy for taking some low light photos?
Oh, I mean, I do. I keep the ISO at. I mean, if I go to 200 max, that's unusual. But I don't bright light everything. You know what I mean? Like I don't shoot for like flash photography and do a quick shutter speed. I keep my shutter open on average probably 1.5 to 2 seconds, but I use a lot of fog. Yeah, because I use a lot of fog and I like the fog to dissipate for atmosphere and stuff. I mean, unfortunately, noise is a thing. I don't know what he's using for a camera. Does he say what he's using for equipment?
Real quick, Trevor. What are you using for fog though? Are you using atmosphere aerosol or what are you using?
Oh fuck no. Fog machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
An actual
vaping it, man.
Why don't you fuck with the aerosol atmosphere?
Because it stinks. It leaves a film, and it doesn't sit. Like the fog machine, I can get the fog to. If you get the right fog juice, it'll sit. Kind of like that spawn shot we just saw, and it'll kind of like sit around.
I just wanted to see if it was me. I just wanted to hear from a professional.
No,
if it was just me.
It's got its uses. Yeah, it's got its uses. If you really want that like misty, all-encompassing, like I have to sit there and I have to blow the fog around if I want that like sort of all-encompassing mist, which the atmosphere aerosol does better. But it leaves such a I don't know, it stinks and it's got a really sticky mess afterwards.
A nasty
on the
film.
figures and stuff.
It'll fuck up your soft goods figures if you're spraying that on your soft goods figures, forget about it. And it irritates my lungs or some shit, like flares up my ass or shit. You know,
it's weird. It stinks. I don't know what the hell's in there either. It freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's better for outdoor shots where you can get some.
You're gonna see collectors in 10 years with a class action lawsuit.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
AA lung,
basically. Fuck.
We're gonna be sponsored by the lawyer with the with the commercial. In 2020, were you shooting with aerosol cans? You may be entitled to a
toys.
settlement.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Have you or a loved one suffered?
Is his backdrop a fan or some shit right there? Is that what I'm saying?
Back here?
Oh, this
perhaps.
Yeah.
Some kind of grading event.
Nice. Yeah, I
All
would
right.
say,
Yeah, I mean, noise is a product of, I mean, it's a product of low light and trying to get away with too little light, obviously, with a low ISO or a high ISO when you're trying to get away with that, and compensate for it, and your camera can't handle it. I mean, the better the camera, the better it does with low light and noise. I don't know, I mean, keep the ISO low and, open up your shutter speed a little bit to a couple seconds for this. Yeah. Also, I would say I love the shot. I love the glow. I might even tighten it up and have just everybody like a little bit tighter around it. And
I was going to say the same thing.
Composition wise, it could be really, really cool.
I was also going to say that sometimes I don't like certain figures like to kind of like overlap in certain situations. I would have maybe like rested the android's left arm down to his side a little bit maybe, but yeah, he could have pulled them all in a little closer to the
to have all their faces like glowing from that, like really a lot brighter than they are, and kind of looking up at it. Really a nice tight shot could be really cool. I would do another one like that.
I mean, this is literally what you were just saying about the whole like showing too much, like like you could definitely crop this in a little bit.
Yeah, more. What is that background really telling you anyway for the story? I mean, there's really nothing that it's really telling. The grates in the background are nice. I mean, I might use those as the background.
Yeah, even the fact that there's some like gappage on the right side there.
The space between Ripley and exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up because it looks like he's just shooting with like a super high ISO, just so he can get like just because he probably doesn't. His only light source is probably whatever behind these grates, and then this tube, and then he just wanted to get that glow. But just like everybody's saying, even in chat, don't sacrifice a high ISO. Just
absolutely
throw some more lights on it. Open up your shutter speed.
Yep,
everything gravy, baby.
Gonna be good.
All right, what's next? I think there's only like 4 or something. Yeah, there's only 4.
Yeah, that was the first one. Here is this one.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I want to say the colors are great, and I like that he has the same like line of figures together. You know what I mean? Like these are all from DC Essentials.
That's it. Hey, that Nightwing, fix the knee, center the knee, for the love of God. Personal pet peeve of mine. And then
and I think he's got it looking like he's, I know he's using the crate here for support, but I think he's leaning on it just a little too much, to try to like avoid this bullet firing. But
yeah, he needed just to pull that the crate or whatever that he's leaning on, pull it away from him and just maybe have like a little stand under his knee or something like that, and just holding him up right. He could have pulled that out. so he's not leaning on it. But
Yeah, that looks a little. It's almost casual, right? It's a casual pose.
yeah,
Like, hey,
like, hey,
get that arm out of the way, there, buddy. Yeah.
don't shoot me with an Uzi.
Hey, you. Yeah, exactly.
I would.
Trying to have a drink here, my friend. Yeah. It's a nice pyramidal composition, though. Yeah,
Yes.
but exactly what Book said. If he hadn't had that there, and it looked a little more action oriented on Nightwing's part, I think it would be a nice shot.
It's also a really confined space for a gunfight. This is dangerous.
Yeah, there's going to be some ricochets going on.
Right.
Clearly, he didn't take gun safety.
This must be in Texas or some shit.
Classic Deathstroke, just
Open
beating up a
carry.
bunch of teenagers.
Right.
But yeah, who's this? Yeah, it's Matthew Charles for sure.
Matthew
I
Charles,
could tell
baby.
without even seeing his name. But he does a lot of action shots. I was joking on him about that a couple weeks back or whatever. But I think he could have just opened this up a bit more, just like so it doesn't look so confined. You know, just push everything out a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, a little more air, but I like the composition. I like that it's tight and there's a lot going on. It's just that that elbow, which I didn't really notice at first. So yeah,
I would say
takes
like
me out of it a little bit, but
the guns that Red Ronin is holding, like if his wrists were straighter, they're kind of just like loose, you know, like kind of bending
It's hard to
inwards a
see.
little bit. Like if he was like in that position of like strain, like bending backwards and stuff, I feel like he'd be holding on to those guns like for his life, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to highlight this just because just a little bit of TLC, you know, would could elevate this for sure.
He lit up that the gunfire nicely, though.
Yes,
For sure.
Definitely did.
Very nice.
All right, we got 206 toys.
6, baby. I wanted to highlight this one because it looks like he hit the stand with a foreground object right there, like the tip of like a water tower or something like that. I feel like if he just would have shifted it over to the right a little bit, he could have hid that stand with some scrap cardboard or some scrap paper from what he's using as his backdrop, and would it just faded right in to the backdrop right here, like a piece of blue poster board in the foreground instead of whatever this like tip is right here. That would have
Yeah, it's hard to see in here, but yeah,
it would have. That's like a really great technique to just like blend it in and almost make it look like you don't have a stand in there at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I do really like it. I would say it's centered really well, but because he's hiding the stand with the tip of this structure right here, it kind of messes with how you see like it being centered. It almost feels like it's not super centered, but there is the same amount of negative space below him and above him. But it's just hiding the stand, this little thing kind of messes it up. But the posing is quite nice. I like it.
Posing's really good.
Hell yeah.
I think you could have cropped this a little tighter too.
True.
That's your theme tonight.
Is it?
I think it's a little bright. That's the only thing. I mean, I know it's supposed to be.
It is a little
outside, but it's a little hot.
A little bit.
Not even hot. Just like I don't know. Not. It
doesn't have
really...
a natural sunlight feel because everything is lit from the front. It's like the sunlight is like right behind you, and that doesn't. I mean, that can happen, but it doesn't just feel natural. Like if he had put the light over to the right and had some shadow on the front of that tall building or something like that, it would have given a lot more depth, first of all. And to Poncho's point, it would have probably helped hide whatever little, piece that you wanted to put in front too.
Colors are a little, and because of that, the colors appear a little flat. Like it is bright, it is vibrant, but just because there's no depth with shadows or anything like that, it's just a little flat across the board.
Yeah.
Very nice, man.
Still nice though, for sure. Shout out to 206 Toys.
That's
good posing.
What's next?
Shouts. All right, finally.
Shouts out.
Just one more BK.
That's it. We're in. He has a couple of other shots too. I like his second one a little bit more than this one, than his first one. I get what he was going for.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
I get what he was going for with the first one. Like he wanted kind of like it to be very dark, but like everybody have like kind of a rim light. But he executed that way better with this one. I think the rim lighting.
This is the Guardians of the Galaxy poster. This is one of the things that Eric showed me. Like, this is what I want for the teasers, and that's
nice.
He achieved it in the second one here pretty well. The first one, though, yeah, a little too much for this kind of stuff. You do need some other light source. You need the backlight, which is going to be your key light, and then you need like bounce cards or something, just anything just to give it a little bit of rim light from the side, but not light it up from the front. You know what I mean? You need something to reflect that light a little bit, to just give it a little bit of edge lighting, rim lighting, so you can define the characters from the background. That's the key, which that first one just didn't achieve really.
Yeah, I feel like a lot. It's crazy you bring up like light bouncing and stuff. I feel like a lot of a lot of people are missing that from like their arsenal. It's not something that a lot of people think of when you're thinking of shooting on such a small scale, but it really makes a difference because I see people blasting like their entire setup like 360 degrees with lights, and they'll compensate by like using like dimmer lights in the front or something. But you can achieve that with just some bouncing with some paper or some foil or whatever.
And what it helps with too is the shininess of the figures too. It's going to diffuse the light over the figure, and it's not going to give you that bright hot light that people, when they try to do a rim light with a light and they just shine it on the figure. I mean, I'm not trying to plug, but go to my YouTube channel. I have like 4 videos that talks about bounce light.
Plug away.
I do it all the time.
Hell yeah.
So it's good. You're right. It's not something that people have in their arsenal enough. It is a staple in every other type of photography, portrait photography, everything, and people just don't use it enough in toy photography.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, big shout out to Just One More BK.
Yeah, that's nice. The second one's getting there.
Yeah, definitely an improvement. I just like the blue tone a little bit more too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why so blue?
All right.
All right, that wraps it up for community. For sure. I don't know why.
Oh,
go ahead.
Should we get into some TV movie stuff? What are we thinking?
What'd you get? Did you guys get anything this week? Pickup wise?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did you get?
I'll spare you. No.
I got this guy, which I didn't even realize was the AOA Magneto, but I'm thinking about cutting off these ponytails. I really am.
Hey,
because I mean, other than that, it looks really good. I got the golden skeletons.
Oh wow!
I have so many of these skeletons. I've never shot them, but they're so cool. And that's the one, not the one I picked up. But I did get the Coruscant Guard 1/6, but I also got the 501st.
Oh wow!
Figure 2. Yeah.
What a flex!
That's pretty much it. What's up?
What a flex!
Yeah.
I got filament.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Amazon had like a crazy coupon for like $8 off filament. I was like, oh shit, $12 filament, I'll do it. So I just bought a bunch of filament.
I did unpack my 3D printer, my resin printer this week.
Oh, sick. Hell yeah, dude.
Stuff going on there. I'm thinking I need just a bunch of milk crates for my figures through the milk crate challenge.
Of course. The best thing about a resin printer versus like a traditional FDM is like an FDM, if you have like one crate, if you're printing one crate, but you multiply that by 10, it takes like forever. But like a resin, it'll just like flash all 10 crates first layer at the same time, like a layer. So like hell yeah, man. I'm very excited for you.
That's what I'm thinking. I can probably do like a batch of 5 or so at a time, maybe 6.
True.
Yeah, I gotta hit you guys up, man. I really want to get into that. And yeah, I've been thinking about it. Do you have to vent that?
Yes. Resin you'll have to vent for sure.
Yeah.
I just keep mine I keep mine in my bathroom and I just turn the fan on. Yeah, it's fine. I haven't smelled anything. My cat's not dead yet. So
the overhead like fan. Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
You don't have an overhead fan?
No, our house is terrible.
Crazy. That's crazy.
It is. We gotta open the window every time we shower.
I think you can they have like kits where it's like an exhaust hose that you can like feed out
Yes.
through your window or something.
Yeah.
It's doable for sure. And some people don't even mind the smell. 796 Studios, he doesn't give a shit. He just puts it in his kitchen. What the hell?
Well, have you seen Mario? No, I'm just kidding. He's great. Yeah, I don't want resin pumping into my house, man. Whatever the hell that residue coming from that is, man. That's
it is a crazy smell for sure. I think like I'm kind of just like I work in like a sign shop, so like and I paint almost every day at the sign shop too. So like I'm like messing around with like acetone and paint thinner and all sorts of crazy chemicals. And like whenever I go to the actual print side where we have like our presses and stuff, like I'm sure I'm exposed to, you know, a whole laundry list of harmful chemicals and stuff. So I'm kind of like, whatever, just add it to the list.
Yeah, because I've had people tell me like even when you get like a resin sculpt or something and it's got the little, you know, the stand marks on it and stuff like that. Put a mask on, N95 before you sand that shit, and you know, put a vacuum on it. Yeah.
Even when you sand it, it's crazy because that stuff is like super fine. You'll breathe it in.
That's the worst part, the sanding. Yeah.
Like 10 times worse than asbestos. But yeah, hey, I'm very happy that you got a resin printer.
Yeah.
What a great segue.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah. I'm
What's the first thing you're going to print?
Probably those milk crates, like I said. Just
not just because a true dream.
Yeah, maybe. Just because there's like the, you know, it has the little holes in it already, so it's a good way to like test, you know, the resolution of the print too, to figure out the settings so that, you know, I could have it so the holes are, you know, you could tell how filled in they are and how much you need to modify it.
Very true. Yeah, man.
I would have thought you would have gone for the
actual test prints that you should do first. So maybe I should do one of those, but we'll see.
What were you saying, Trevor?
I would have thought you would have gone for the Husqvarna sewing machine, Fabio. Soft kids before you're.
No, that's my girlfriend. She's the
nice
tailor. Yeah, she's an actual like costume designer. She does all that.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's a seamstress. There we go.
I'm surprised you haven't like guilted her into making you soft goods, dude.
I've tried. I keep trying.
One day at a time.
Yeah,
I have a job and a life.
It comes up.
Yeah, I guess that does it for pickups. I didn't really get much. I paid for my my Conti from Fooly Cooly. The blue version, I think, came out, so that's I'll get that soon. Probably in like.
I don't understand any of those words.
Yeah, it's okay.
Damn, those are words.
It's all good. Asian cartoons, it doesn't matter.
I like My Hero. I'm limited that. That's about
it. That's a start.
That's a start.
But yeah, that's really it. I got a huge pile of loot that I just keep on setting aside, and it just won't. Just more shit shows up, and I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I won't ship it. So that's basically it. So hey, that's it. Goodbye. Hey, welcome to the after show. What TV film? What's Boog hasn't seen Shang-Chi. Some people in the chat haven't seen Shang-Chi.
Yeah, if you guys wanna talk about that real quick, I'll dip out for a second, but
we can talk non-spoilers, really, just to let.
I don't really want to know anything, so I'm gonna dip out for a few minutes. If y'all want to talk Shang-Chi, that's fine. But just drop it in the group chat when you want to talk about What If.
All right, cool. I'm gonna throw up light spoilers, a light spoiler tag. We're not really gonna get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
But the spoiler tag is up.
I'll set up this photo as
oh, beautiful,
to broach the subject here.
So what'd you guys think overall?
I liked it. I think more than most Marvel movies that I've seen in recent memory. I certainly liked it more than Black Widow. But I remember it's you know, you go into a Marvel movie expecting at least a B movie, you know, they hardly have misses, you know, so I was expecting something, you know, along that par, and I think I was pleasantly surprised. I think they did a really good job with it. There was a lot more like TLC put into it than I think a lot of people who kind of wanted this to fail and wanted it to be just like, you know, oh, Marvel is just doing Asian superheroes for the PC quota type of thing. I think there's enough in it that actually proves that wrong and shows that there was like a lot of care put into it to like really portray this as more than just a cash grab, but like a real, like honest portrayal of a lot of this stuff. And then as far as expecting, the on par for the Marvel course type of thing, I knew I was getting 2/3 of like grounded, kind of like heartfelt storyline with some good fight scenes and choreography, and then 1/3 CGI like fuck fest at the end. And that was true, but I think it was probably one of the best of all the CGI fests of a lot of these movies. I definitely liked it more than the CGI third act of Black Panther, especially like the final fight sequence.
That's notoriously
So if I had to
bad.
make yeah, exactly. So if I had to make a 1-to-1 comparison, I honestly like would liken it very similarly to Black Panther, but I liked it more than Black Panther.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Trevor?
Yeah, it was bad. That ending was better than like the Chitauri and stuff like that. But yeah, I went into like a lot of people were hyping it beforehand. So like saying it was one of their top 5 Marvel movies. So I guess maybe I expected more than that, but it might break my top 8 Marvel movies, I think. It was fun. It was really, really good. I thought the acting was pretty good. He's good. There was a couple of times when I like felt like and Fabio, being in the business, I felt like he like almost like knew what he was going to say. Like he was, you know what I mean? With some of the lines, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of
right, especially because he's with Aquafina and like her lines are like 90% improv. You can tell, right?
Yeah, spontaneous, and it was like he knew what he was going to say, and you felt he knew what he was going to say. Anyway,
I feel that it was like when they're at an award show and there's those planned moments of spontaneity,
Right, exactly. But Tony Lau, right?
Tony Leung.
Leung, sorry, made up for that. Michelle Yeoh was awesome. Everybody, his mother, I don't know the actress who plays his mother was fantastic. It was a really good cast, and the action was great. I liked the first act better than the third act. I like a lot of people. I wanted to see more street level stuff, and I thought it was kind of going to go down that road at least part of the end, and then get a little more mystical. But I still enjoyed it. It was good.
The bamboo scaffold fight sequence is I think the best in the whole movie.
Yeah,
better than the bus fight. I mean, it's just so good.
Mm-hmm. You felt it. I saw it in IMAX, and it was like, oh my god!
Oh my god! Yeah, that's one thing I should mention real quick, because I watched this movie. A homie of mine was in town and wanted to see it, and he likes bawling out when it comes to these kinds of blockbuster films you go see in theaters. And to be fair, it's like the first movie I've seen in a theater in like 2 years, basically. So I'm like, yeah, cool, we'll ball out, it'll be fun. He's like, all right, cool, I'm getting tickets to the 4DX. Do you guys know what the 4DX business is about?
So every Marvel movie I see is 4DX, baby.
Really? I had a good time. I can't say that it's my preferred way of watching movies moving forward, because it's a little distracting, because you have like basically like the hydraulic seats, and it's like you're on a roller coaster. So like there's the big dragon riding sequence and everything at the end, and you're just like,
no, I don't need that.
Yeah, and
no.
There's also like in Shrek 4D at Universal, they like splash like water and wind effects at you depending on what's happening. Right. These are 2.5 hours. What you hear, like everybody, like their jets going off, so you can barely hear the actual special effects in the movie because you just hear from all the jets.
Not for nothing, but these are 2.5 hour movies. I don't need my bladder jostled around like at the end.
Yeah, honestly,
like I gotta go as it is, man. I'm older, but like it's like I want to watch this movie, man.
Right. Yeah, it was a little distracting. Like there was a full on like family, like a nuclear family right next to me. A dad, a mom, a daughter, and a son. And like the chairs also have like kind of massage chair technology in them. So when like there's some impacts or someone gets knocked on their back, you get a little impact behind you. And every single time it went off, the little boy in the family was like, ow, ow.
Oh God. Yeah.
No.
And the dad was like just laughing like a goober every time the seats were going crazy. So not only am I contending with like the jets and the effects, but then I got this dad next to me, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, it was just so much, dude. And even then, I enjoyed the movie.
Incredible. Yeah, this whole time I was confused. I did not know that's what 40x was. I definitely do not see that.
It's the maximum amount of dimensions and X's.
Incredible. I think I just
Yeah.
I just have an IMAX with a sound system that's maybe about 15 decibels louder than it needs to be. So like my chair is just like rumbling. I feel like the screws unscrewing and it's crazy. Yeah, speaking of the Shrek the Shrek 40X ride, there was like I used to my friends used to tell me all the time that at the end of the Shrek 4D ride, he would like fart on you and then it would spray.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Like,
I really want to go and see if that's true.
I think they like burp in your face at some point. It like smells like onion or something.
Yo,
Like,
that's the worst
it's really
ever,
weird
man.
thing.
I think the best use of that was I went to Universal and there's a Simpsons ride, and
That
there's-
was good.
it was really
Yes.
good. And like
Yes.
when Maggie's on screen, like she blows baby powder at you and it smells just like baby.
Yeah.
Like, the most
that
pleasant
was
ride I've
cool.
ever been on in my life. Then I just went on The Mummy and got obliterated like 4 times in a row with like fire like 10. But yeah, man. Shang-Chi was great. I thought it was super cool. Much like you,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first half more than the second. I think when it got into like when they actually got to like the compound and stuff, I feel like it kind of slowed down a little bit. Like I thought like the callback to like the previous character that shows up is pretty cool, but it did kind of slow down a little bit during then.
Yeah,
But
I mean that's one of those classic flaws where it's just he was literally just there to translate the exposition
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the little creature and stuff. You
It-
know, barring all that stuff, it was still fun. Like,
yeah,
honestly,
it
it
was
was
a
just
fun movie.
I had no problem, suspending disbelief for it. The sister was a total badass.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. It
All right.
was good. I think like the last thing I'll say is like the last part of the movie is just a whole flex on how like at this point they can just do a Dragon Ball movie at this point. And then there's like a Dragon Ball reference in the movie, and then
Oh yeah.
and then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like I realized, oh shit, like Disney owns Fox, and like Fox was the studio that put out the Dragon Ball movie.
Mhm.
So like for movie rights, like they own Dragon Ball, so it's pretty cool.
As far as figures too, it's a good thing that the Aquafina figure is peg warming, because you could technically army build her to have all the
True.
villagers of Palo,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
You know, and build this whole wave the way that they're
That's
sitting
right.
on pegs. Jeez.
Well, it's unfortunate.
I heard they're
because,
going now, though. I heard they're
think
moving.
This is one
They-
that people are gonna regret not having picked up at clearance, if not
Yeah.
at all, because I think the desire, the value for the characters is gonna go up now that the movie's out. Not like a crazy amount, but I think it does prove that like, yeah, this was actually a good movie, like, and it's gonna turn around how people are feeling about the figures for sure.
Yeah, you'll have to pay retail now, believe it or not.
I know.
Hell yeah! So that, I guess that does it for Shang-Chi. Do you want to touch on What If and wrap it up?
I'll just say this real quick in terms of What If. I enjoyed this episode. It was fun, but this one seemed the most like disjointed and kind of rushed to me. This particular episode, and it was still fine. It was still fun. It was still great animation. It was still some funny moments, but I think it was a little too comical in certain areas. And I also just feel like shit was super rushed. I don't know. Not rushed in the sense that the production value was low or some shit like that. Like they just seemed really fastly paced. Yeah, exactly.
I get the feeling I get from all of these is it feels like, I mean, I'm sure you guys did too, but I read the What If comics, and the What If comics were like that. It was like they would rush through you know, like here's exposition, here's how this happened, and now like so and so is part of the Fantastic Four is made up of whoever and whoever and whoever, and like here's an adventure that happens and we wrap it up. Just because the whole idea of it is this cool thing happened and it looks like this, and it's like, you know, I think they're doing a good job with the stories. I like this one a lot. I thought this was I like zombies. I thought it was really good. I thought it had some great moments with Wasp and stuff like that. I thought it was really good.
I think they did a good job of kind of like making fun of the zombie movie genre and like playing up to some of the tropes. Like, you know, he's making the survival video. You know, it has its cute elements, and then it's kind of like dark tragedy. You know, the sequence with Wasp I thought was really good. You know, you kind of knew it was coming, but I was like, immediately I was like, wait, so they're just gonna leave her body out there? That's gonna come back into play later. And
that's what I said. I'm like, should she not have shrunk before you? Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, it was fun. I can't say, I don't know if I mean, I liked it, but I don't know that it continues the trend of it being better than the previous week. You know, I think we've hit a solid like peak, and now we're kind of tapering off. But I think it's gonna all kind of culminate in some kind of big crossover. So I'm sure they're just setting the groundwork for all that as far as the Marvel zombies themselves. You know, the quantum virus or whatever. I think it was the setup in this episode for that, and what's going to be the big threat, I guess, moving forward. Why you know, obviously Uatu is going to have to break his stupid vow at some point, and
he has several times.
Yeah, technically already kind of has. He's done just sitting in the chair in the corner of the bedroom. He wants to participate now, you know.
Yeah, I like the Vision twist. I know that was kind of part of the comic book. I didn't read the comic book, but it was sort of a take on that aspect of it.
It was another one of those like zombie trope things where like, oh, we're gonna go to the safe place, and it turns out they're doing like messed up things here.
True enough. Yeah, that's the Walking Dead, the terminal, everything. Yeah,
right. And it was a fun inversion on like everything we know about, you know, like WandaVision. Like this is, you know, it had gotten to, you know, the WandaVision point, you know, in time past since the original events. Then it would be kind of an inversion of roles. So, you know, that kind of stuff is kind of fun to play with.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought it was great either way. Are they going to make some of these other zombies, we think? Marvel Legends? Who's going to do it?
And I'd buy every one of them. I'd buy every one of them.
Are you doing the Hot Toys by any chance?
No, I'm not. I don't need Hot Toys for that. That's just too niche for, you know, a Hot Toy. Hot Toys got to represent something that's like, you know, pretty solid. Transient like this, I will. Yeah, I mean, SHF maybe, but I'm happy. That Legends figure looks great, man. Everything I've seen about it looks incredible. I haven't found it yet, but it looks great.
Yeah, Xander DeMoss hit us with 5. He said this week was actually scary. Now will there be a continuation of the zombies debris? That was like my only gripe with it. Like the end just kind of like just happened, and I was watching it again with my wife, and she was like, "Is that really the end? Is that it?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess so." I mean, it seems like they're just setting it up for just more. So I think.
Well, that was like the Loki episode too, like the lamest episode with the mystery, and at the end, it's like, "Oh, Loki's taking over the world. Bye."
Oh yeah,
come again.
Very true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you're right. I mean, they got to be setting up for some sort of culmination of something happening with these things, these loose threads.
Yeah.
Or not. I mean, maybe it's just. I love movies that leave you like, just like, oh shit, really? Well, like, what could happen now?
True.
And like, well, you'll never know. You make it up in your head, you know.
I would say like the stark difference between this episode and the Loki episode is like, even though they ended similarly, the Loki at least had like maybe like 10 or 15 seconds of exposition, and then it was like, oh, now he's taking over the world. Now like he's like the king of the world, all that stuff. Whereas this, it was all like, hey, we're flying to Wakanda. Hey, here's zombie Thanos. Sick. I was like,
that's true.
Okay, all right, okay, cool. Like if there was just like one more scene of like they're flying to like Wakanda, and then they get past the force field, and it looks like everybody is normal, but then it kind of like not slowly, but then it kind of reveals that like, oh, everybody's zombies, and then it cuts to zombie Thanos. That's like maybe one extra scene of like a little bit of storytelling would have like completely elevated it. But I really love the beginning. I love like that whole Peter Parker's like guide to the zombie apocalypse thing was like really cool.
That
I
was
thought it was
cool.
really funny.
Yeah.
And
Somebody said, I'm not sure I followed the thread on this, but how did zombie Thanos get the Soul Stone? A, and B, if he gets all the stones, what the hell's he gonna snap for? Like lunch? like what does he really want at that point? You know what I mean?
I feel like a part of me is like he already did all of that like before he should, like things are out of sequence.
And then he
Like there's a
became
lot
a
you have to
zombie.
kind of explain, but if I'm trying to think about it, it's like he got all the other stones except the ones on Earth, and then when he got here collecting the stones on Earth, he got zombified.
True enough. Yeah.
So that would be why he's, I guess, in Wakanda. And that actually took me a second to realize. I thought it was like they're flying to Wakanda and it's safe, and then the force field was like keeping the zombies out. But then I realized they're in Wakanda because they show the skyline.
Mm-hmm.
And that storyline in the comics was when Galactus became a zombie, right? Like when they took over. Yeah. What that head is for.
And so can your HasLab Galactus.
That's right. My 3 HasLab Galactuses, which I didn't.
All right.
Pandelis,
you don't know how those ended up there, huh? They just kind of showed up.
They really don't. They really don't.
Wow. Damn. That's some good scotch you drinking over there? What's going on?
Apparently, that night, the last night, I apparently was drinking something.
Pandela said episode 5. He said the constant with Vision and Wanda in any multiverse is their story always ends in tragedy.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah, another kind of good parallel that was established in the Doctor Strange episode is that she's just one of those anchor points. You know, what's her face dying, Rachel McAdams dying, and I think Vision is kind of the same thing. Like whether he has a happy ending first or he, just does it himself, he's always kind of destined to get his Mind Stone ripped out.
I love that Doctor Strange episode, man.
Me
I
too.
think that was probably my favorite. I think so
that was
far.
dark. That's one of those that actually ends, and
Super
you're like,
dark.
oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. I love tragedies, though.
Me too. Just leave me fucked up at the end of a movie.
Yes. Yes. You ever watch Punch Drunk Love?
No.
Oh,
is
yeah,
it
Adam
fucked
Sandler.
up?
Adam Sandler. Oh my god, man! You just like you're cringing on the couch. I just love movies like that. That like
Can't wait to watch it.
He's done a couple like that too.
I like. You've seen Burn After Reading, Coen Brothers film?
No, I don't think I have.
This is one where like Brad Pitt plays like a gym manager, and he finds a CD, and they think it's like FBI or it's CIA secrets, but it's just some CIA agent's memoir. So they try to blackmail him into like giving him back his own book. The whole thing, it just ends up in a classic comedy of errors and the government bureaucracy that just ruins everything. It's a great movie, but it just ends and you're just like, all right, well, I guess it's over.
I love that. And
like the character as there's like a briefing at the end, and then at the end they're just like, well, fuck it if we've learned anything. It's really
I don't need a lesson with everything. I just want to be I want to be sad sometimes. Or shocked. You know what I mean? Like what was the other Sandler movie he just did with the jewelry store?
Oh, Uncut Gems, dude. That was so good.
Damn.
That's another one. That's exactly what we're talking about here.
Exactly. I loved it.
This is how
more
I
of that. Marvel.
Give us more. Hey, I mean, these are all kind of like weaving into each other. This is kind of meant to soften the blow for all the crazy shit they're about to pull in the new Spider-Man and the new Doctor Strange sequel and everything. So it's like this is the primer. So we can only guess how crazy it's going to get after this.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more, Rick.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, what's up? Hey,
Rick, you've been here the whole time, huh?
Man,
I've been here since the tail end of What to Grind On, and I was just like, oh, I was gonna come in and say something, and then Boog showed up like, all right, man, I'm gonna ride home, and I was like, oh, so there goes my spot. Shit. I think I was like saying something exactly when he was. Yeah, I was just like, you know what, man? This shit's out of my control. Fucking Poncho's got mesothelioma. Fabio's got a fabric kink. We're all lost. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You want to do plugs and get out of here?
Yeah, we're pretty much wrapping it up here. I think
Yeah, it's
that's
top of
that's
the hour
about it.
too.
That's it.
Trevor, you're the guest of honor. By all means, go
Yeah.
first. Where
Where
can we find
you and the products that you photograph?
Yeah, go out and get the Cosmic Legions, man. You got 6 weeks to get those. Go all in, because if you don't like them all, you can always sell them for at least cost, if not more. You can find me on IG16_shooter, Twitter if you're on Twitter for that kind of stuff. 16shooter, Facebook 16shooter. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing more there very, very soon. An Articulator show where we talk about pretty much what we just did. We all take a look at some shots that we all like and just talk about what makes them great with some top toy photographers. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, they call me Fobster. I'm here on the YouTube. Things have been going great on the YouTube front. Appreciate everybody's response. I know some of my regulars were here in the chat, including Trevor. Trevor's one of the regulars, so I appreciate that. But yeah, follow me here on YouTube. I got some more stuff I'm working on, new reviews and some kind of like year-end wrap-up sort of stuff. You know, the year so far, kind of recaps. Follow me on YouTube or subscribe. Notifications. I go live every Monday about 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to just hang out, talk Mezco, you can definitely come do that. Other than that, Instagram Fobster360, Twitch Fobster360. That's it.
Rick, you've been here the whole time. What are you getting into?
I've been here since the very beginning. Hey, it's me. I'm either here on time or I never am. What's going on? I'm on Instagram. It's just my name. It's just Rick Tom 2345, and I'm watching all of Poncho's stories on these fucking dusties, little tiny dusters.
Oh wow! Hell yeah!
It's been quite a wild ride.
Oh yeah. What are the
Just
highs? What are the lows?
Seeing the source of your mesothelioma has been incredible.
And Poncho, what about you? Take us out. Plug and take us out.
Yeah, just I'm on YouTube also. Poncheezy. Poncheezy is my handle for literally everything. I'm getting footage for episode 10 of Posing Ain't Easy. How 3D printing has changed the game entirely for everybody in our hobby, for sure. And then I'm also going to be working on a review for Ewin Chairs, baby. Use code Boog, ewinchairs.com. 20% off your Ewin chair. So I'll be working on this.
More details on it, so perfect.
Sure. Yeah. If hey man, this video is gonna come out. I get it. It's a chair review. I don't know. I'm gonna try and make it as relatable to people in our community as possible.
Yeah, man. Talk about the build time. You know,
we're all in chairs here. We all need chairs.
That's true. We're all in chairs.
I use chairs often.
Often.
It's funny because I was talking to I was talking to Boog, and he was talking to like the rep for this, and I was like, how out of pocket can we be with a review? Like, I mean, surely they have to know that like we're toy photographers. Like, what are you talking about chairs for? But hey, whatever. It'll get done. It'll be fine. Whatever. Use code Boog, 20% off. And then yeah, like Rick said, I designed and printed these little dust effects for figures, and then I got about 50 DMs, and I was basically bullied into selling them. So I'll be selling them, and
it works.
Yeah, it works for sure. Nice. I'm selling them soon. I'm like at the very end of trying to finalize like how many come in a pack, and the price point for them. Trying to balance like how much material it takes to print them versus how much time it takes to print them, and then all that stuff. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm just like some dude selling 3D prints, so I don't know. Just I'll figure it out. Yeah, exactly. So I'll figure it out. It's really cool that a lot of people really dig them. So I've been doing a lot of product shots for them today and yesterday. So it's fun shooting again, and that's basically it. If you want to take us out, Fabio, or anybody.
Yeah, just real quick, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on, man. This has been great.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hanging out with you. And Rick, especially you, hanging out with you. It's been great talking to you. And
Hey, you know what? We
chatting.
laughed, we cried,
Cried.
we had like an emotional
Connection.
back and forth for a little bit, but you know what? We
Right.
made it through, and we're here, baby. We're
Yeah.
alive.
And if
That's right.
if you missed that, if you joined us late on the stream, you can definitely go back and watch the replay and see that emotional one-on-one before your very eyes. You're not gonna want to miss it. You got to start it from the beginning. I won't even tell you at which point in the show it is, but definitely
Yeah,
watch the
I
replay
wouldn't
and
want to
watch-
spoil it. It's
No.
better if it just like happens naturally while you're watching
Right.
it. So watch the whole thing again. You know, just watch the whole thing again and listen to our emotional one-on-one. You know, it's real Oprah Winfrey like style-esque. It's great.
It's an expose, really.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Skip all those parts about the great ideas for shots, though. Just
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah, don't
that we'll edit out for sure. That's the beauty.
or any of the product ideas. Just kind of tune out when that happens.
We're here for opening up between men. You know,
Absolutely.
safe space.
Absolutely.
But yes, that is, we are at the end of the show. I just want to thank everybody once again in the chat for joining us for another great episode 158 of the A.C.B.A. podcast.
Let's go.
Make sure you leave a like on this video, or I got to do the Boog outro. Ready?
Yes.
It's thank you all so much. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.